What up, soul siblings? My name is Michael. Welcome to Misfit Tarot, the channel where you can come as you are and feel right at home, because when no one fits in, everyone has a place. So today's reading is going to be our May 2023 predictions and advice. Quick breakdown of how this reading is going to go. I'm going to start off with an energy check. I'm going to pull a bunch of oracle cards and just ask your spirit team the main energies, themes, ideas that they want to talk about in this reading. And this will also be your chance to decide if you guys have chosen the right group for you or not. If what comes out in the energy check isn't really resonating with you guys, it might be a signal to come back here and choose a different group. Once we get that information, I'm going to get the tarot out and ask about blessings and challenges coming for us in May. And then we're going to move on to the Inner Child Oracle and see what inner child healing is going to be most beneficial for us this coming month. And then to end it all off, I'm going to get the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck and ask for some parting advice from your higher self specifically. Alright, so as far as choosing our groups this month, we have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and I brought out these little birthday candles to help us decide because my birthday is coming up. I'm going to be 32 on May 22nd, so shout out to all my May Geminis, May Tauruses. Much love to you guys. Happy birthday. And one more thing I wanted to mention is I am going to from now on, be having someone else with me on these readings. And I wanted you guys to say hello. This is my neighbor, Totoro, and he is my first tattoo. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Diana. Thank you so much for giving me my first tattoo. I absolutely love him. And I hope that you are ready for me to annoy you for many more tattoos. So yeah, thank you. So go ahead and take your time making your selections, guys. Pause the video if you need to. And I will see you guys in your reading. Later. What up, Group 1? If you guys chose the little polka dotted birthday candle, this is going to be your reading for May 2023. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting with that energy check. Starting with my handmade song deck, work in progress. Probably forever gonna be added to this bad boy, because I love music. So let's go ahead and see what song is going to talk about your guys' energy that your spirit team wants to talk about this month. Ooh, we have Somewhere Over the Rainbow by the version by Israel Kamakawiwaole. Love this song, so peaceful, so serene. Rest in peace to Brudda Is. If you guys haven't heard this song, highly, highly, highly suggest it. This song is absolutely beautiful. And while I pull the rest of your oracle cards, I'm going to talk about what I think this song is trying to tell you guys from your spirit team. First of all, the lyrics that are coming to my head with this song are, I guess I'll sing it. I'm sorry, I always get like nervous if I'm gonna sing or if I'm just gonna like recite them. But one of my friends recently suggested that I should keep singing just because it adds a nice vibe to the video. So I'm not gonna be shy and I'm gonna sing it. So he says, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a little dream once in a love. Okay, no, I'm not feeling singing this song, but basically the energy that I'm getting from this song is, in The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy is singing this song, she's basically saying that, she's not really happy where she's at. And, somewhere over the rainbow, it's kind of this grass is always greener type of situation. You're having hope, you're longing for somewhere that you're not currently at. But the energy I get from this song, what it means to me, is, like I said, this is from The Wizard of Oz. So at the end of the story, Dorothy, whoa, that's too much. Dorothy basically ends up figuring it out. And if I'm spoiling this for you guys, I'm sorry. This movie's like, I don't know how many decades old, so sorry, but spoiler alert. If you don't want to know, then you go ahead and don't watch this reading. But at the end, Dorothy realizes that everything that she was searching for on her grand adventure through Oz was actually inside of her all along. And same with, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. Everything that they were looking for was already within them. They just needed to believe it and to see it. So that's the energy I'm getting from this song. I think that's why it came out for you guys. I think maybe there's something going on in your life that you are dissatisfied with, maybe frustrated, maybe just not feeling like things are going the way you would like them to. And your spirit team has brought this song out to say that, whatever it is that you're looking for, it starts from within you, and you can find it within you. And once you do that, it will start to be reflected all around you as well. And I just want to quickly apologize for my rendition of that song. I'm working on it, okay? But at least I hope I didn't kill your eardrums in the process. So now with this mermaid card coming out, the mermaid is kind of in tune with this song, because the mermaid talks about basically this energy of somebody who, when they're alone, they're not satisfied. So like I said, it's kind of this brooding energy, this energy of, like I said, kind of dissatisfaction, something like that. So like I said, that's just kind of confirming to me what was coming through with the song card. But let's get some more information here. The moon with the Fantasma Oracle, I'm not super familiar with at this point, so I'm going to have to go to the little guidebook. It says, embrace the duality of the situation. We may feel opposite emotions simultaneously. Use them to keep yourself whole and empathize with those around us. Interesting. Okay, so moon card coming out talking about duality of the situation. What that says to me, I think, is we might see, like I said, when we're dissatisfied with something, we might see that as, how I said earlier, things are not going the way they should be. Something's wrong, something's off. But on the other side of that, limited perception of things, this is the way I try to look at things anyways, and what I've kind of seen from my experiences is, in the moment it feels like that, but then later down the line, once things change, you look back and you see that things weren't wrong. There weren't mistakes going on. Everything was happening the way that it needed to happen in order to push you in certain directions. Like this somewhere over the rainbow, it speaks to me of having direction, like when you're dissatisfied with a situation, you then start to, like I said, have dreams of, I know what I don't want. I'm living it right now. I know everything that I don't want. And what I do want is over there, over the rainbow, that way. You start having goals, you start having direction, you start having dreams. So like I said, I think this moon card is coming out as kind of advice from your spirit team, and just trying to give you a little bit of perspective of everything you're going through right now, whatever you're dissatisfied with, whatever you're not happy with. Just know that there is a reason for it, and that will be revealed to you soon. I'm guessing, in this month of May, by the end of the month, things will start to make more sense as to why you're going through this period right now, and to just really hang in there and try to look around at what lessons you have to learn here, and know that, like I said, wherever you're trying to get, that's going to come from within you. It's not as far away as you think. It's just a matter of you, like I said, changing things within yourself, maybe changing limiting beliefs, maybe changing certain habits in your life, maybe letting go of certain things that are not serving you, and spending more time focusing on your own happiness, things like that, that will get you to where you're trying to go. Okay, so now we're going to look at this Seeker card from the Intuition Oracle and see what that has to add here. The affirmation for the Seeker is, I seek new friends and experiences to expand my awareness. And here's the image, just in case anything stands out to you guys personally there. And already what I can see with the affirmation of I seek new friends and experiences to expand my awareness, that kind of adds on to here with the mermaid. Like maybe you've been, one of the things you're dissatisfied with is like kind of feeling lonely, feeling like I said, in your surroundings, there's not a lot of people that get you. There's not a lot of people that have the same dreams that you do, that are trying to go the same direction as you are. And this is coming out to say that, in May, it's going to be a good time for you to seek new friendships and experiences to expand your awareness, because that's going to really help as well with this dissatisfied feeling. I was just listening to Kino from Kino Tarot speak about the new song that her and Maidenfield just dropped called Gods Can Cry. And she was saying how a lot of times when it comes to manifestation, obviously I'm getting the energy that you guys are trying to manifest a better future for yourself. What she was saying is, like, when you're having fun in your life, it really helps with that feeling of really needing something to bring you happiness, because you have more things in your immediate world that are bringing you that happiness. You're making new friends, you're having new experiences, you're having fun with your life, so you're not there so dissatisfied, so frustrated with life that you need to escape and you need to be somewhere else now. And just how that energy of really needing something and clinging onto it very tightly and putting all your happiness onto that one thing, how that can actually hinder your manifestations, because like I said, that's not really what life's all about. There's also lots of other lessons that we need to learn in order to live that life that we seek. So yeah, the Seeker. Oops. Okay. Learning, travel, and other methods for expanding your awareness about what is possible are all important now. I'm going to start over. I messed that up. Learning, travel, and other methods for expanding your awareness about what is possible are all important now. A wise person makes the time to build on what has come before and find ways to make the future better. But to make the most of the energies available for improvement, you have to do your homework and seek out proven methods and techniques that are appropriate for your temperament. The technological marvels of our time make it a shameful waste to fail to take advantage of the almost limitless number of ways we can obtain useful information from the best sources. Travel, education, publishing, communication systems, the internet, and broadcasting can take us and our ideas to the world, but can also bring the world to us. attending the lectures and workshops of visiting experts, going to school, reading, using interactive computer networks, and all the various media sources are places where you should now be looking for ideas from experts, eccentrics, and other visionaries. Okay, very cool. So, very clear message there of, with this energy that you have going on, your spirit team is suggesting that in the month of May, you guys really take it upon yourselves to, what you guys are looking for with your future, to seek that out. Everything that you are dissatisfied with, everything that you're used to not having, like, go and get it. They're telling you that, whatever you want, seek it out, and you will find it. If you're looking for like-minded people, like I said, they're out there, even if they're not so easy to find in your immediate physical reality. They're out there online. That's something that, has been a big change in my life. That's added a lot of happiness and fulfillment to my life when I was feeling like this, is like this whole tarot community. I would not have found that without, like the card was saying, the internet. So yeah, if you're feeling like you're really lacking, a solid community that you guys can feel like you belong to, don't be afraid to seek that out on the internet. Make some internet friends, even if it's something you're not used to. Like for me, it was totally weird. I'm not big on social media and all that type of stuff, but I just kind of went for it, and now I love it. I'm meeting lots of wonderful people there, and it's talking about hearing from experts. Look for different people that can be mentors to you. Whatever it is that you're into, they are out there talking about it, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, any type of website, blogs. You can find people that have the same dream as you. You don't have to feel so alone. Like, they are out there. Just, go and find them. And, one thing I've been learning lately in my journey is that when it comes to manifestation, it's not so much about your conscious thinking and being like, okay, well, this is what I want. Like, bring it to me, universe. Like, I thought it was that simple as well, but it's not. One thing that has been brought to light for me is the power of the subconscious mind. So it's very important that you work on your subconscious beliefs, because if subconsciously you believe that you are alone in this world and nobody gets you and nobody's gonna get you, and there's just not anybody out there that understands you, then you're not gonna find those people. You can wish for it, consciously all you want. You can visualize that future all you want, but if subconsciously you don't feel excited, you feel afraid to get your hopes up that you're gonna find this community, you get afraid to get your hopes up that all your dreams are going to come true, because that's just not what you normally see in your reality, then that's really gonna affect what you see in the physical world around you. So message there that, like I said, I've been getting, that is coming through to share with you guys, is really focus on what your subconscious beliefs are when it comes to your future and all the things that you deep down wish that you could see in your life. Okay, so that is what we have for the energy check. I'm going to put these off to the side so I can still reference them throughout the reading. And let's get into the tarot. I am very excited for the tarot portion this month because I just got this new tarot deck. It is called the Anime Tarot by Natasha Yglesias, and it is just beautiful. Can't wait till you guys see the beautiful pastel and anime style images on the other side. And first thing we're going to ask about is what are some blessings that you guys can expect coming up in May. And as always, I give my disclaimer that, we all have free will. That's the main reason that I got into tarot. That's what I love about it, is that it emphasizes that no matter what, we have free will, and we use these cards to reflect on ourselves and think about the choices that we want to make with our life. So, with these blessings, you can take them or leave them, but these are opportunities for you guys to, see some good things in your life coming up this next month. And also, sometimes the blessings come out as qualities that you are already blessed with that will be very beneficial for you to tap into and to use and to focus on this month. So without further ado, Group 1 Spirit Team, what are some blessings that we want them to know about? Sorry, this deck is like very smooth. The cards don't really pop out as easily as some of the other ones. So it might take a little while to get our blessings to come out here. Just bear with me. Alright, blessings for Group 1. What do we got? Alright, if this doesn't work in the next couple times, I'm going to have to use a different method. Alright, we got something. We got 10 of Cups. Lovely. Alright, what else? Blessings. We got, all these coming out at once. Okay, so lately I've been feeling like when multiple cards come through at once, they're all kind of like coming out to talk about one thing. So first blessing, we got 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups talks about it's like everything you want. It's being in harmony with the universe. It's having all your wishes fulfilled. It's a very, very happy card. Very, I believe, auspicious is the word. So yeah, it seems like in May you guys will be blessed with lots of happiness. So like the fact that it's cups and not pentacles, I think this is talking about more emotional type of fulfillment. Because, like we were talking about, this mermaid card really, really gives the vibe of somebody who's, like I said, just not really satisfied with life, kind of going through it, like I said, maybe feeling alone. So I'm very glad to see this card coming out for you guys as a blessing in the month of May. I think, it's going to come with this seeker energy, seeking new friends and experiences to expand my awareness. I think as you guys do that, you will start to fill up all your cups, and you will start to, like I say, kind of check off the boxes of things that you were not happy with before. Aspects of your life that you were not happy with before are going to start being, more fulfilling. So yeah, that's a great card to come out for you guys. Things are looking up for you guys. I think with the energy of that energy check for you guys, it was really setting the tone for to give you guys an encouraging message. That's what I'm getting the feeling here from your spirit team, is like they want you to know that, like I said with this moon card, there's a reason that you're going through it, that you've been going through it. It was all kind of to, let you know what you don't want out of life, and direct you towards the things that you do want. And as long as you focus, in that on that direction that you do want your life to go, and like I said, work on fostering more positive subconscious beliefs about what you can achieve in your life and what you can have, you're going to start feeling incredibly fulfilled, incredibly happy, just really full of joy this next month. So really, really nice for you guys there. We have here these 3 cards that came out at the same time: the Hangman in reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Sun in reverse. So give me a second to kind of decipher what that means for you guys. So the Hangman talks about, sitting back, taking a break, seeing things from a new perspective. When this comes out in reverse in a context like this, it tells me that, how we said with the Seeker card, I seek new friends and experiences. That's what this Hangman is very much giving me the vibe of. It's saying, it's not time to be sitting alone, kind of brooding, moping around, not to be rude or anything, but we all get into that energy, where we're like a little depressed and we don't want to go out and we don't want to do things. We just want to shut ourselves in and shut ourselves off. Yeah, and I'm sorry that you guys have been going through that, but with this Hangman in reverse, I think what it's saying is it will very much be a blessing for you guys to get up and get out into the world. Like I said, whether it's in the physical world, you can go on an app like Meetup, I believe is the name of it, and you can find a community there, maybe of people that are into the same stuff as you. Like I said, Instagram, search for things that you're into. For example, anime. If you love anime and nobody around you likes to watch anime and you're just always watching it by yourself and it's kind of like getting old, you can find people out there. There's conventions, there's, like I said, communities on Instagram, YouTube, all kinds of stuff. You can meet people. You could start your own meetup group, you know what I mean? Where you guys can just get together and sit around and talk about anime if you want. That's just obviously one example because I'm literally looking at images of anime right now, but that's the idea. Is it would very much be beneficial for you guys. It will be a huge blessing. It will bring in lots of blessings, new friends, new experiences. I'm seeing here with the Hangman that there's this kind of ball of light behind this person's head. I think there's going to be some kind of aha moments, realizations for you guys, and like I said, that's all going to add to more happiness and fulfillment in your life. So with the Seven of Cups coming out with that, I think that you have a lot of options. Obviously I only had the one anime example. I'm not good at giving a ton of different examples. I really like to leave it up to you guys to think about specifically what it is in your life that you're feeling dissatisfied about. Could be multiple things, but whatever this thing is that you're looking for over the rainbow, you have a lot of options of what you can do about it and where you can find this community and where you can find this fulfillment that you're seeking. So I think that's, obviously that's a blessing for us. Some people, we don't have a lot of options, and it's hard for us. It's hard for us in a certain situation when we have less options. But this is coming from your spirit team to tell you that you have many options. Seven of Cups also talks about being careful with making the decision because, when you have less options, it's easier to make a decision because you're like, well, I only have one choice or I only have two choices. It's either this or that. I'm going to do this one, obviously, because the other one sucks. But when you have, say, for example, you have 7 choices of what you could do, it's very important that you use your intuition to think about which one or which ones are going to be most beneficial for you, which ones are going to be most fulfilling to you. because some things, they seem bright and shiny and they seem like they're going to work out on the surface, but it's all just kind of smoke and mirrors. So again, with the whole thing about social media, just be aware that some people portray what is not the truth. I think is just a quick message that comes out with that. But basically, yeah, you have a lot of options of ways that you can bring more fulfillment into your life. Be discerning when making that decision. And also, what was the last thing that came out with this? Don't be afraid to make the wrong decision. That's one thing that comes up for me a lot with the Seven of Cups, is like a lot of times we can get very stressed out with this kind of energy of having a lot of options, because you're like, oh, well, I feel like I should choose this one, but this one seems like it might be the better one, and what if I choose this and then it doesn't work out and then this option is gone later? Your spirit team wants you to know that what is meant for you will not pass you by. What is meant for you will always keep coming back to give you that opportunity. So don't worry so much, like I said, about maybe making the wrong decision, as much as getting in touch with your intuition, following your heart, following your passion, and letting that guide you. Because even if you do make a decision and you try something and it's not for you, rather than seeing that as a failure, see it as, again, more direction towards what you do want. And if any of these doors are closed to you because some opportunity came and went, then again, don't think about that as, oh fuck, I missed my chance, I fucked up, I should have picked that first. Like, it's not possible. We can't go back in time. It doesn't serve you to think like that. Instead, try to have faith in your spirit team, have faith in yourself, have faith in the universe that if a door is closed to you, then that's also redirecting you towards what you want the most. So just, again, with your subconscious beliefs, try to believe that everything is working out for you, not against you. And if something doesn't go how you think it's going to go, that's not automatically a bad thing. Like, we're humans, we only know so much of what's, best for us. The universe knows much better what's best for us. So yeah, I always suggest to people and remind myself all the time, like, okay, this didn't go how you thought it was going to go, but you only know so much. Like, that probably, it really seemed like the right thing for you, and like, it's okay to be upset that it didn't happen, but just trust and know that that wasn't meant for you, and that's why it didn't work out. So like, keep your head up and go on towards the next thing, and know that wherever you're being redirected towards is actually going to be better than the thing that didn't work out, if that makes sense. Okay, and that comes back to this moon card with seeing the duality of situations. Like I said, it's easy to see something as a fuck up, as a mistake, as something you regret or whatever, but really it's all moving you towards your grand purpose, towards this 10 of Cups, towards your ultimate emotional happiness and fulfillment. With this Sun card in reverse coming out, it's, I think, maybe giving two messages tying in with this getting out there and making your choices as far as options to bring yourself more happiness. One, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, to be vulnerable. Like I said, you may have been spending a lot of time alone. You may, like I said, believe that people don't accept you how you are, that you have to portray only certain parts of yourself and other parts need to be kept under wraps until, a later time where maybe people are ready for it. But with this Sun card reminds me of, like I said, somebody who's in the spotlight. The sun is a big, bright, shining star. You can't miss it. If it's out, you see it. even when it's not out, you get the light from the moon. Like, the sun is always present, it's always there. So there's a message for you guys there to really embrace that energy and really to, you know, be the main character of your anime, to just give more of yourself, and know that, again, if you are your true self and people don't accept that and people judge you negatively for that, then, you know, that's not something that we need to sit around and be sad about. Like, it's something that, again, is helpful for us. It gets us to where we want to go faster. um, that's why so many people tell you, like, I mean, a lot of people say don't be afraid, but that's very silly. Like, fear is very natural. But what more enlightened people will say is, you know, it's okay to be afraid. We all get afraid, but it's on the other side of that fear that usually lies, you know, the things we want, the things we care about, the things that will be most fulfilling to us. So, you know, big message here that if you can really work on it, it will be a huge blessing for you to, like I said, be the star of your show and really put yourself out there, because that's the best way to attract like-minded people. Is when you fully be yourself, you will attract people who are also fully being themselves and that align with your values, that align with the things that you want. If you're out here holding back and trying to impress people and trying to portray a certain persona so that more people will accept you or like you, that's exactly what you're going to attract. And everybody's going to be kind of holding back in a way. And eventually those relationships are going to dwindle because they're built on a shaky foundation. But when you really just put yourself out there, be your raw self. Yes, some people will judge you, some people will not feel it, some people will not be about it, but ultimately, the energy that you're putting out will attract that same energy in others, and you will find your community much more quickly. The other message coming out here with the sun is the sun, when it's upright, it talks very much about just like childlike happiness, kind of carefree fun. So with this coming out in reverse, I think that's another thing that will really be a blessing for you this month, is, you know, what I mentioned earlier, following your heart, following your passion, doing things because it makes you happy. Really big message here about that. Getting in touch with your inner child, like not having to be so serious about everything. This mermaid card is somebody who's very serious. They sit around and things are very dark, you know, because they're not letting in this sun energy. They're not letting their inner child play. They're not letting themselves have fun. They're not enjoying the ride. They are, you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's very much out there in the ether, in the zeitgeist, I hope is the right word. That, you know, life is all about achievements and achieving your goals and doing this before I die and reaching this milestone before I die and all this kind of stuff. It just makes life seem so stressful. Like, if I don't do this, my life is worthless. If I don't do this, I wasn't living my life to the fullest. Like, you decide that for yourself. They can decide it for themselves. This other person can decide it for themselves if they're happy with their lives. Like, I think most people, we want to be happy. We want to be carefree. We want to feel like a child. We, you know, want that freedom that you know, lots of children have before they're you know, kind of brainwashed into, like I said, this more serious mode of, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that. Kids don't think like that. They're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. It would be so fun if I could do that. So yeah, just that's the energy coming through here. Hope that all made sense. That's your blessings to look forward to this month. Very nice. Let's go ahead and see what challenges await you guys in the month of May. And when it comes to challenges, just know that yes, these are things that will challenge us, but that's a big part of life. That's a big part of growth, is facing our challenges head on and overcoming them. And usually when that happens and we rise to the occasion and we face these challenges, there are blessings on the other side of those challenges as well. So I never want people that I'm reading for to be afraid of challenges. And that comes up with this moon card as well. You know, there's two sides to everything. You might just see it as, oh, this shit is getting in my way. Oh, this is so challenging. This is so frustrating. Why can't things just be easy? But like, if everything came easy, it would not be as fulfilling. It wouldn't make you as happy to get it in the end. So, you know, it's very important to accept life the way it is and try to enjoy it as much as possible. Because like I said, at the end of these challenges are blessings. And I want to bring up something that I brought up in another reading. I don't remember how long it was ago, but I heard about this scientific study of some sort that was talking about people's happiness. You know, that's something that we're studying a lot, is like, what does happiness even mean? What makes people happy? And one thing that they found in the thing that I read about, or heard about anyways, was that people think that getting all the things they want, that's what makes them happy. Like, if I want $1 million and somebody gives me $1 million, boom, I got my $1 million, I'm super happy. But what they found was, what makes people actually happier than that is overcoming challenges. We are wired as human beings biologically to find fulfillment, to find happiness, to release happy chemicals in our brains and our bodies when we achieve something. That's what makes us human, right? Like, if you need to get water from point A to point B and you invent a pipe system, like, that's feels good. We solve problems. Solving problems is a big thing that makes us human, and it's a big thing that makes us happy. So again, big message there of not just thinking that your happiness is out there somewhere away from you. Your happiness starts from within, and part of finding that happiness is going through unhappiness and transmuting that for yourself. And that's going to feel really good, knowing that you took yourself from this dark place and went out there and made choices and solved the problem and found your happiness. You know what I mean? All right. Challenges for Group 1 for May 2023. Challenges. Nope. Not gonna have a million challenges. Okay. Thank you guys for being so patient with this new deck. Ooh, how many is that? 3? Yeah, that sounds alright. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Justice in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Devil. Wow, okay. I always shuffle my decks really well. When I first get them, I lay them all out on my bed and I mix them all around to make sure stuff's not just like all the major arcana together, all the pentacles together. Like, I really freaking spread them out, and then I shuffle it over and over. So the fact that 3 major arcanas came out is definitely significant. Gotta say, the color scheme is pretty cool. I don't exactly know what that means, but we'll see if anything comes up as I channel this. But it seems like these challenges are going to be very important for your growth and what you're going through right now, which, you know, has been a big message throughout this whole reading from your spirit team, that your challenges are actually not things to sit and be, so pissed about. I mean, obviously we can be pissed, but just know that that anger and that frustration and these things that are challenging for you are what are leading you towards growth and leading you towards a happier, more fulfilling future. Okay? So, Justice in reverse, High Priestess, the Devil. They all came out at once. So, I'm going to try to see how these are all connected. When Justice in reverse comes out, it tells me that you are not treating yourself fairly. There's some way that you treat everybody else a certain way, but then when it comes to yourself, you are not so kind. So I'm gonna keep going through and kind of see what exactly that might be for you guys. The High Priestess is a beautiful card. High Priestess talks about being in a receptive energy, having this deep inner knowing, having wonderful intuition. And then the Devil here talks about unhealthy attachment to things. So the fact that these three came out at the same time, what the message I'm getting is that maybe you have a bit of an unhealthy attachment, one, to instant gratification. That's something that I've been dealing with. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh shit, that's like been happening to you too, Michael. Let's talk about it. So, unhealthy attachment to instant gratification. It can be really hard sometimes to be putting work in on something and not seeing results from that. For example, maybe you guys have been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of healing, a lot of growth, and like I said, you're still not feeling satisfied with life, so you start to think like, maybe this isn't worth it. Like, what's the point of even doing this? Like, if nothing good is coming from it, why don't I just give up and do whatever I want, that's going to feel better now. And like I said, I totally get that. But with this High Priestess card coming out, the High Priestess depicts somebody who has no problem waiting. They don't get impatient. They don't, and again, not that being impatient is something to feel ashamed for. That's a natural feeling. We all feel it. But the message that's coming out is the things that you want out of your life, they're not easy to get. Things that come easy, they're not as fulfilling as things that, kind of take some time to achieve. So it's going to be a challenge for you guys to let go of this desire for things to happen easily and for you to see the results right away, and step into this High Priestess energy of saying, you know what, I'm following my heart, I'm following my passion, I'm following my happiness, I'm trusting my intuition. This is what I feel is the right decision for me. This is where I feel like I should be putting my energy. Maybe there's not quantifiable results that I can show everybody and say, hey guys, look at me. I've been doing all this work and here's the proof. That's not what you're looking for. I think you're a very deep person. I think you're a very spiritual person. I think, with all those cups, that 10 of Cups coming out earlier, what you're looking for is a deep emotional and spiritual fulfillment. You didn't get all the pentacles. You're not looking for all these material successes that you can just show everybody, hey everybody, look how successful I am. I have this car, I have this amount of money, I have this job. That's not the success you're looking for. You're looking for that feeling deep within yourself of, I fucking love my life right now. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm so happy to be doing this. I'm so happy to have these people in my life. I'm so happy that I found this way to express myself. I'm so fulfilled with my life purpose, those kind of things. I think that's what you want. And again, that's not going to be stuff that you can just see on the outside. That's not going to be things that just happen overnight. So it's really saying to step out of that devil energy of being attached to things happening quickly and step more into this high priestess energy of knowing that it will come to you in the right time, and that you have a very powerful and strong intuition, and if you follow it, it will get you to where you want to go. In the right time that it takes you to get there. What was the other thing I had here with the devil? Unhealthy attachment. So maybe, with this justice card now, in reverse, what I was saying was there's ways that you're not being fair to yourself. There's ways that you treat others a certain way, and then when it comes to yourself, you don't show yourself that same kind of love, that same kind of treatment. So I think with this devil card, the unhealthy attachment there is maybe like people-pleasing tendencies, or just the idea that your main purpose here is to like serve others and to make sure everybody else around you is happy. That's not true. That is part of your purpose. I can feel from your energy that you guys have a lot to offer this world, that, like I said, you are very deep, very spiritual, very sweet person that has a lot to offer this world. I also just got the message that you're somebody who really inspires people. But it's very important, that you guys challenge yourself this month to let go, to find ways, we talked about with this seeker, find mentors, find people that can help you overcome this relationship that you have with yourself and to the world, where everybody else is, their importance is here and yours is down here. You need to make yourself equal to everybody else, and in some cases your needs need to be more important than the needs of others. And that might even sound kind of like hard to hear at this point in your journey, but your spirit team needs you to know that that is very important if you're looking for that deep spiritual fulfillment, that deep sense of happiness and gratitude for life. Like, you need to, it came up earlier, you need to be the main character of your story. You need to be just as important as everybody else. Your happiness needs to be just as important as everybody else's. So that's another message coming through here with the devil and the justice in reverse, is try to direct all that love that you give unconditionally to others, and make sure that you're giving just as much of that to yourself. I'm getting another message here of setting boundaries. For a lot of us here in this world, it is very hard for us to set boundaries. It's hard for us to say no, because, like I said, we feel like if I say no to somebody, I'm hurting them, I'm letting them down. It's my fault that, now they have unhappiness. But again, try to look for therapists out there, that are, have good credentials and know what they're talking about. Or, spiritual guides, things like that, that can tell you that you're not responsible for everyone else's feelings. You're here to live your own life, and it does feel good to help others out. And, when it benefits both parties to be able to do that, it is a wonderful feeling. But when you're having to sacrifice yourself to benefit another, that's not fair to you. That was exactly, like I said, that's the main message that I get from the justice in reverse, is you're not being fair to yourself. So, like I said, it's very important that you do some work on establishing boundaries this next month that will put more focus and more importance on yourself and your own happiness and your own well-being. All right? Cool. So that's challenges for you guys for May. Let's go ahead and get the Inner Child Oracle and ask your spirit team and your higher self included what inner child healing is going to be most beneficial for you guys to think about, to work with as you move through this month. I don't know if I'll ever stop using this deck. I love it so much. It helps me so much in my life to heal my inner child and grow in my life. Okay, I feel like that card started to fly out because it wanted to come out. So I'm going to take it. I mean, I already said it, so here we go. Chelsea with Overwhelmed. Yeah, as I was like moving it around, it kind of flipped and just looked me right in the face, and I don't know, I got the feeling that I should grab it. So Chelsea with Overwhelmed. Help. I think I'm drowning. My name is Chelsea. I crumble under the weight of it all. I forgot about life, at least all the things that have to be done. And when I opened my eyes and remembered, there was simply too much, and so I sank deeper and deeper into the overwhelm. When Chelsea comes to visit, you may be experiencing burnout and overwhelm in your life or mind. At this moment, breathe. And again. We get overwhelmed when our energy and thoughts float around in the abyss with nowhere to go. Our nervous systems feel the pressure and disengage or unground. It's time to simplify. At this moment, right now, grab a pen and paper, write down 10 things that are on your mind. Take a big deep breath. Now scream as loud as you can, cry it out, and know that this too shall pass. Once the energy has been released, come back into grounding. Remember to breathe deeply and frequently. And think of one tiny baby step you can take today that will allow you to feel like you've made movement. Take one baby step every day and allow the overwhelm to calm. To prevent this from happening again, it's important to create a system and structure that supports your desire. Go visit Manus Discipline and see how he can help. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and visit Manus right after this, but I just want to show you the mantra for Chelsea is breath is my medicine. So big message here of breathing deep, staying grounded. I have been getting the feeling that you guys are dealing with a lot of anxiety and, yeah, as they call it here, feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, that's why you guys got the sun in reverse. You guys are not having fun. You guys are overwhelmed with all the, like it says, things that have to be done in life. And it is very overwhelming, and it fucking sucks. And I know that this is going to get better for you guys this coming month. There's some work to do, but your spirit team is here. They're supporting you through all of this. You're going to start supporting yourself more with that whole justice in reverse coming out. And I really see things just getting a lot better and a lot more fun and enjoyable for you over this next month. And then I'm going to show you guys the remedies and journaling questions in case you want to do that throughout this month. And then we're going to go ahead and visit Manus with Discipline. Since that was suggested here, just give me a second to find what page that will be on, and we will see how that's going to help. Page 90. Okay, Manus with discipline. My name is Manus. I will keep this short. There is little time to waste with chit-chat. A disciplined and focused mind is your most powerful weapon. I was raised to be strong, to fear nothing, and to put my training above anything else. Manus is here to give your inner child strength. There is a need and call for discipline in your life right now. A call to remember the warrior within you as you find your strength. You can do hard things. Help your inner child to understand that sometimes structure and discipline are the very things that set us free. If Manus shows up in a reading, you may be living in disarray, lacking focus or direction. Take a deep breath, and instead of focusing on the big picture, take one step at a time. Get clear on your vision, make a plan, and show up when it gets hard. And the mantra for Manus is, I can do hard things. Okay, and then we're definitely going to look at the remedies and journaling questions for Manus and see what things you can do to help with, getting organized and adding some structure to your life to help with this overwhelming energy. And I do think it's very significant that in both of those messages, what a message that came out was taking small steps. Another thing that I like that it said with Chelsea was to write down 10 things that you need to do. This is something that I've been doing over the last many years, is learning that writing things down really helps to get them out of your head. You look at this card, and that's how it feels sometimes when you just know you have a million things to do and you don't know where to start, and you don't even want to think about where to start, because once you start thinking about it, you just feel like you can't possibly do it all, and you start to, like she said, drown and buckle under all that pressure. But in reality, what I found is when you write things down, and like it said here, you ask yourself realistically, what can I do today? What are some small things I can do today? And, let yourself feel good about that. Let yourself celebrate these small victories, which will add up to be a huge victory, which will be that, you're just going to be happier in life. You're going to enjoy life more because you're going to be starting to knock out little things on your to-do list that you have been needing to do. And then as you do each one, you feel accomplished, and then that makes you motivated to do that more. And then all of a sudden, all this starts to dissipate and to, become clear. Then your mind can become clear. You can enjoy life a little bit more because you're not, out at dinner with friends and thinking about how stressed out you are and how stressful your life is. Like, you can actually sit there and be in the moment. Like I said, you can have a piece of paper, you can have a note in your phone with all the to-dos, everything that you need to do, and leave it there and be in the moment. Be with your friends, be with your family, whatever it is. Be in the moment doing something that you enjoy without having to think about everything that needs to be done. That can be done at another time, you know what I mean? But like the message came through, it takes a little bit of discipline to make sure that those things are being done at an appropriate time when you have time and space to do those things, so that at other times you can be fully relaxed. So yeah, I see why that card wanted to come out. Definitely seems like you guys needed that message. And, your inner child deserves to, like I said, have some fun, not feel like they're drowning just in life. I wish for it to be enjoyable for all of us as much as possible. As humans, we suffer. That is a part of the human experience. It's always going to be part of the human experience. But, again, on the other side of that suffering, we also feel enjoyment, fulfillment. And I just wish so much of that for you guys this next month and for the rest of your life moving forward. But yeah, that was your inner child messages. Now to end it off, we're going to get the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck and get some advice from your higher self. See what your higher self wants to tell you guys to think about and to remember for this month of May. All right. What do we got, Group 1's higher self? What do you want to say? Oops. Okay. Group 1, higher self, what advice you got? Okay, I have to say, the fact that every single step of the way, all your cards are taking a long time to come out, it seems like there's significance to that. Maybe you guys have not been communicating with your spirit team so much. Maybe, like I said, with all the overwhelm, that you guys are kind of afraid to hear messages that are coming out because maybe you think they are just going to add more to your plate or stuff like that. I'm not sure, but I just feel your spirit team is making that known to me, or making that obvious to me, because they really want you to know that, like, they're here for you guys. Like, you can watch as many readings as you need to. You can pull cards for yourself if that's something you like to do. You can meditate, whatever it is, ask them to talk to you in your dreams, connect with them however you want. They are here to help you. That's what they do. That's what they want to do. Like, they are here for you. They're spirit guides. Without people to guide, they would have no purpose. So yeah, just a quick message coming through of that for you guys. Just know that you're not alone. You have support in the spirit world, and also, again, with that secret card that came out, there are people in this world that want the same things you want and that you can have beautiful friendships with, and there are also people out there who can be good mentors for you and who have a lot of wisdom to impart on you that will help. I feel the energy I'm getting is that your guys' life is feeling very heavy right now, and your spirit team just wants you to know that there are many ways that it is going to feel lighter this coming month. Just to, believe and be open to that happening, to your load being lightened, and to things looking up for you guys. Okay, and then at the end of it, you guys have been getting a lot of messages, though, once they do come out. Like, a lot of times only one comes out here, but you guys are getting two from your higher self. So let's see. We have wings with you never needed those wings to fly. And we have nostalgia, focus on the here and now. And that's pretty freaking trippy, because that's exactly what I just said a minute ago, where I said, I explained exactly this. You're literally with a friend, but your thought is on all the million things that you need to do, and you're not here in the moment enjoying it, So definitely confirmation of that message there, to, again, use some discipline and planning and get your thoughts out onto paper and things like that, and have plans in place so that you don't have to feel so overwhelmed. You can know that, hey, I have a plan for all this stuff, and all I need is to, make the actions in the right times, and, things will be fine. For the wings message, It seems like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and self-criticism. When you tell yourself you can't do whatever you set your mind to, that's what we refer to as negative self-talk, and it's extremely toxic. Just as we expect others to treat us with kindness, we also need to treat ourselves with kindness. A bird can't fly away if you never let it out of its cage. Okay, so again, coming back to that justice in reverse with the devil card, really work, on being aware of the ways that you guys treat yourselves. Your higher self wants you to know that, and I was talking about things getting going from heavy to being much lighter. Look at this person is floating. They look like, they don't have a care in the world. They're free. They're light. So that's how your spirit team, that's how your higher self, that's how you want to feel deep down. I know you do. We all do. We talked about with the sun, feeling carefree, having fun, being childlike, like all that kind of stuff. You deserve it. Pay attention to the ways that you're telling yourself that you don't deserve it or that you can't have that feeling. Because the first step is believing that you can have this, and then you can take the actions necessary to fulfilling that and actually bringing that into your existence. This life is a dream. This life is a video game. This life can bring anything that we want it to bring. But when you don't believe that something can be done, you're already defeated before you start. Okay? Alright, so this one, nostalgia, focus on the here and now. You're spending the majority of the time daydreaming, wondering what could have been, if only things had gone the way you wanted. By doing this, you aren't giving yourself a fair chance. Truth is, there's nothing you can do to change what happened, no matter how many scenarios you craft in your mind. Make improvements to your present, not your imaginary. Be sure to nurture what you've been given. Okay, so that comes through with this moon card that we were talking about. How was I gonna relate that? Man, I'm totally blanking on. I don't know. Oh, basically that you're focused on, you're thinking the things that happened to you in the past or the way that things have been going are, a bad thing. But really they are good things that are, or they're just things that are helping you be guided towards the future that you want. I don't even know if that was what I really wanted to say about that, but that's what's coming through now. But the big thing also that came through there was, it says you're spending the majority of your time daydreaming. That was the whole energy that this song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, if you watch the, like I said, the Wizard of Oz version, that's what Dorothy is doing. She's sitting there, she's dreaming about somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere out there. Life is so much better than it is here. But then she goes through her adventure. At the end, the wizard tells her that everything she wants has been inside her all along. She goes back to the world that she was in at the beginning, but instead of sitting with this mermaid energy and being like, everything sucks, nobody gets me, she's like happy. She's like, well, now I get myself, and I actually have a lot to be appreciating here in the here and now, in the world around me. But again, with this Seeker card, she had to seek out new experiences. She had to go through a lot of different things to come back to the same world she'd been living in and see it differently and be more fulfilled with it, be happier there. So I think that's kind of what your journey is going to be like as well. Right now, you're kind of having this escapist mentality where you'd rather be somewhere else. But the more you can bring fun, passion, excitement, enjoyment into your life, the more you will start to see that the world around you isn't as bleak as you think it is now. It is actually full of many beautiful things that you can enjoy. So That's all I have for you guys, Group 1. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your beautiful energy with me. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much. I'm sending you peace, love, healing energy, and until next time, later. What up, Group 2? If you guys chose the silver candle, this is going to be your reading for May 2023. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to start with my handmade song deck. See what comes out for this energy check. What your spirit team wants to talk about with you today concerning this next month. Alright. We got First Date by Blink-182. And the main lyric that, I mean, there's a lot. So he says, in the car, I just can't wait to pick you up on our very first date. Is it cool if I hold your hand? Is it wrong if I think it's lame to dance? And just like a bunch of stuff like that, basically talking about that feeling of being on a first date and you're like nervous, but you're excited and just really in your head about it. And then when the chorus comes in, he says, let's go, don't wait, this night's almost over, honest, let's make this night last forever, forever and ever. So yeah, not sure if you guys know that song, but if not, check it out if you're into rock at all. Blink-182 is one of my favorite all-time bands. Love them, especially back when they had Tom DeLonge as the lead singer. No shade to the new guy. I think Matt Skiba is his name, but it's just certain nostalgia, I think, that it holds for me with Tom. And I just love him. He's a great person. So yeah, as far as the song that has come out for you guys, the energy I'm getting is, like I said, that first date energy. There's something you're very excited about, maybe even nervous about. And like I said, with the chorus of let's go, don't wait, it brings that kind of call to action of like, okay, yes, you're scared, yes, you're nervous, but like, let's go for it, you know what I mean? It's very much the energy I get from that song. Makes me feel very young when I listen to that one. So let's see, oh, that one just kind of slipped out underneath. Okay. Ooh, Rose. Okay, that's kind of making sense. I need your love. I'm a broken rose. So this rose card talks about basically how the rose has lots of thorns. This card gives me the energy of somebody who's being a little bit guarded with themselves. And a lot of the times what comes up is rightfully so, you know, things happen to us in life. We get let down, we get hurt, and then we get scared to go through that again. So, you know, maybe that's what's happening here. And like, again, with that first date coming out, maybe there's something that you want to be excited about, you're kind of nervous about, you're passionate about it. But yeah, maybe you've kind of got some walls up, you've got your guard up because maybe you've been through a similar situation and it didn't end up so well. Oh, you guys got two. So we got the Sphinx and Equity. Oh, and before I get in trouble, I'm going to have to put something in there. There we go. Okay, the Sphinx. First I'm going to shuffle and pull your Intuition Oracle card. And then we will look into what these cards have to say, because with this deck, the Fantasma Oracle, I'm not super familiar with all of them yet. Okay, that came out real fast. The Joyful. So I have to look at the book for these ones. So with the Sphinx, let's see what kind of message we have here. It may feel as if you've seen it all and that nothing can impress, but the world is still worth puzzling over. Look for the mysterious in your current situation. Ooh, I love that. So yeah, that totally ties in with, like we said, there's this feeling of you already know how something's going to happen. That's kind of, why we have these walls up sometimes, because we're like, oh, I've been through this before. I know how it's going to go. I'm going to protect myself from that happening. And then we feel like we've done something good by preventing some disaster. But in reality, like the Sphinx card says, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Like anything could happen, sometimes. So there's definitely a message here of like to kind of, give into that excitement, give into that mystery, and kind of let your guard down a little bit. Obviously, like I said, it's beneficial for us to be guarded, to protect ourselves. That's a healthy form of masculine energy. But when we take it too far, then we start to deprive ourselves of what could be, because we think we know what's going to happen, when really life is a big mystery, and that's part of what makes it exciting, you know what I mean? So definitely a message there of trying to be open to good surprises coming your way. Maybe, like I said, you have these walls up and these defenses because a lot of times when something surprising happens, it's not something that you wanted to happen. It's something that came out of the blue and kind of shook your world in a way that was very unpleasant. But the message coming through from your team already is, and this kind of came up in the first group, there's an idea of sometimes things happen to us and we see them as bad in the moment, and even sometimes for months, years after. But then at a certain point, something happens and we look back and we say, wow, I wouldn't be where I am today, I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through that experience. And I think they want you to try to keep in mind that perspective as well when it comes to this thing, this situation coming up for you over the next month that you are feeling, that you want to feel excited about, that you are definitely nervous about. And yeah, just be open to the fact that it might go exactly the way you want it, or even better than you imagined. Okay, and equity. Pay attention to how you're divvying your time and resources. Everything needs the proper amounts given to them. Spread yourself wisely. Okay, so a message there of balance and maybe avoiding burnout or something like that. But definitely, I think one thing that's coming out to say is a balance between masculine and feminine energy. This Sphinx card is giving me lots of feminine energy. I mean, you saw here there was the chesticles, coming out on this card. Is very, very feminine card. And then this rose, like I said, it really has that kind of masculine energy of protecting. And with this equity card coming out, it's saying it's important to have, a balance of the two. You can't just have one, you can't just have the other. It's important for you to find a way to divide your energy equally to the masculine energy of being smart, being logical, protecting yourself in healthy ways, and also being open to the mysteries of life, being open to receiving blessings, receiving help, and trusting your intuition and things that can't be necessarily logically explained until a later time, or even ever, but to trust your feelings as well as your as your conscious brain. All right, and then with this joyful card coming out, I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. So yeah, definitely a big collective energy this month, because something similar like that came up in group 1 already as well, and I'm expecting probably group 3 as well. This tends to happen in my readings. There's like kind of one thing that everybody needs to hear at this time. Especially in this day and age, like everything can be so centered around accomplishment, achievement, goal setting, attaining goals, quantifiable results, stuff like that. But with this joyful card coming out, your spirit team is coming through to say that that's not the only aspect of life. Like the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. It's not to reach the same goals as everybody else. Like there's different things that are going to make each of us happy, and happiness is a huge blessing that we have in this life, and it's something that your spirit team and me personally just really wants everybody to enjoy more, is the fact that we are capable of feeling joy. Yes, we're capable of being hurt. Yes, we're capable of being sad and let down, all these other things, but that gives way to us also being able to feel a huge amount of joy and happiness. And then it says here, living purposefully. It's not about just having the most amount of followers, having the most views on your videos or whatever, having the most likes on your photos, having the most money made from your business, having the biggest paycheck, whatever. It's about having purpose. Like, a lot of people will say at the end of their lives, not that they wish they made more money, but that they wish that they did something that was more aligned with their values, something that made them feel like they were making a difference in the world, that kind of thing. So anyways, let's go ahead and see what the book has to say about this one. They always have really good explanations for the cards, and I'll go ahead and show you the back just in case any images or feelings kind of pop out to you. All right, the joyful. If you find yourself taking yourself too seriously, consult the joyful. She knows that life can be worth living if you let it be, and she wants you to remember the many opportunities to enjoy yourself that exist even when things look bleak and hopeless. When we are sad, experience loss, or are facing difficult circumstances of our own or another's making, we can come to feel that life has no purpose or meaning. But we must remember that happiness is a choice, no matter how difficult it is to accept this fact. The joyful wants to remind us that each moment is a gift and has special meaning. Sorrow does break our heart, but it can also make our hearts stronger by filling them with compassion for others who suffer. Both our joy and our suffering are meant to be shared so that we can comfort and inspire both ourselves and others to go on. We are all in the same situation as mortals. True joy can only come to us when we create a nurturing and supportive environment. All right, so definitely something popping into my head right now is with this rose, first date, everything coming out, this joyful card is adding that maybe part of what's making you so guarded and what's making you so afraid to move forward with something and be excited about it and get your hopes up about it is because, like I said, maybe you're thinking of these other types of things, like, is it gonna work out? Am I gonna be as successful as I want to be in this thing? Am I gonna be, on a certain level when I try this thing that I want to try? But again, with the Sphinx, it's being open to the mystery and kind of changing that mindset from needing to know what the end result is going to be before you even do something, and surrendering to the fact that, like this card was saying, every experience has meaning. Every experience is meaningful. It's not just the experiences that we of succeeding. Failure has just as much meaning as those moments where you find success. Moments where we're hurt and sad have just as much meaning and purpose as those times when we are happy and fulfilled, you know? So I think there's a strong message here of your spirit team that in the next month, it would really benefit you guys to focus on your why. Why are you doing the thing that you want to do? Deep down, there's something calling you to a place, to an action. But if you're afraid that it's not going to work out how you think, then that can deprive you of so much joy. That can deprive you of so many meaningful experiences that you would be glad to have if you take them. Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking out so much today. In group 1, there's a couple times I did that as well, but the idea is, I was saying, focus on your why. Are you doing things? Yeah, I don't know. It's just getting that perspective on life that we're not here to just like have all the experiences that we think we're supposed to have. Like there's so many times when something happens that's unexpected and we gain so much from it. Like that's life. We can't think that life is, you know, how everybody, not everybody, but how a lot of people, especially hyper masculine people, try to portray it on social media and stuff because it benefits them, or they're trying to sell something, you know, they're selling success. They want you to think that if you just focus on something with all your might and you just you know, tell yourself that it's going to happen and you do whatever it takes to make that thing happen, then it will happen. But like that, like I said, that's not leaving any room for this feminine energy, which is just as important in this experience, in this world, in this life. Like we also need you know, to be open to things not going our way, because that's just life. Like I said, it's not real. That first idea that I just mentioned, that so many people say this is how the world works, all you have to do is work harder, work longer, follow my advice, you know what I mean, all this kind of stuff. Like that's not true. A lot of us figure shit out. Everybody figures shit out by messing up, by being proven wrong. Like that's just a part of life, and it's really a strong message here from your spirit team to try to accept that about this next month, and to be careful of who you're taking advice from and whose view of the world that you're listening to, because again, there's a lot of people out here trying to sell stuff, and they need you to believe that the world is how they say it is, so that you will buy their product or take their course or whatever it is. So yeah, just be aware of that and listen to your own inner compass. Bring some more feminine energy. Bring more balance into your life between feminine energy and masculine energy, and know that just as many beautiful things can come unexpectedly than from you planning out step A to Z, because in reality it's not really how it is. There's not a meme, but I don't know, some image floating around where it's like it shows this line graph of what people think success looks like, and then it's like work over time or something like that, and then it's just like this straight line, and it's like, oh, the more you work and the longer you work, the more success you have. But then it shows when in reality it's like this, and the line goes all fucking crazy up and down here and there. Like, that's really life, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna get where you're trying to go. It's just, it's gonna be more exciting than that would be this unrealistic way of just going straight there. Because again, just finding success in one aspect of life is not the whole picture. There's so many aspects of life that are all interacting with each other and happening at the same time. And even though that can be scary and overwhelming, it also makes it really fun and exciting and enjoyable, and magical. So I don't know why I'm having so much trouble speaking and translating this message for your energy check, but I think the main energy has landed there of what your spirit team wants to talk about with you guys and what they want you to focus on this next month. So let's go ahead and move over to the tarot and see what kind of blessings we can expect in May 2023. Super excited to use this deck. I just got it. It is the Anime Tarot by Natasha Yglesias. I put all the names of my decks in the description if you ever want to check them out or use them for yourself. Find it there. And when it comes to these blessings, just remember that the beauty of tarot is it's all about self-reflection and choice and free will. At the end of the day, no matter what is said in a reading, just no matter what period, we all have free will to make choices at the end of the day. So when it comes to these blessings, you know, you can take them, you can leave them, but just know that these opportunities are here for you. And another thing that comes out in this blessing portion is sometimes it's going to be character traits that you already possess that you are blessed with that will be very beneficial for you guys to focus on and to use over this next month. So let's see what comes out for you guys. Blessings for group 2. What do we got? Blessings for May. Woo. Blessings. What should we got? Whoa. Too much. All right. That one definitely wanted to come out. 2 of Cups in reverse. All right. Jesus. Man. I really love this deck, but when it comes to this shuffling method, they don't come out. They like slide really nicely, so they don't really stick and pop out like they usually do, but something always comes eventually. Okay, so lately when cards come out together, I kind of take them as one message, so I think it came out the same way in group 1 as well. Anyways, first message coming out, 2 of Cups. Big blessing for you guys this next month, self-love. 2 of Cups talks all about loving yourself unconditionally, having a good relationship with yourself. So that's going to be a big blessing, something that's really going to help you get through this next month. Like I said here, with the joyful, I mean, that's a huge way to show love to yourself, is to make decisions that benefit you, make decisions that make you happy, make decisions that make you feel like you have purpose in your life. Some examples of things, ways to not love yourself, is to make decisions that make somebody else happy and sacrifices your happiness in the process. just doing things that don't make you happy because you believe that's all you're worth and that's all you're capable of. Doing things that you're not passionate about, things that don't give you a deep sense of purpose just because it will make you more money or something like that. Those are all ways to not show yourself love. That's giving love to other people, which obviously we want to do that sometimes, give love to others, but the message coming through here is to really maximize your blessings this coming month. It's very important that you look at your relationship with yourself and really nurture that, and really give as much love to yourself as possible. Because again, if you're going to be putting down barriers and being open to the mystery of, possibly being let down, you're going to need a lot of self-love for that. Because if things don't work out the way you want and you're not having a solid relationship with yourself, you're going to start beating yourself up and saying, oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? I knew if I let my guard down that this would happen, yada, 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 this type of narrative. But if you have love for yourself that you've cultivated, that you've been nurturing, then you'll say, oh, shit, that didn't work out. But you know what? I'm not going to give up. Either I'm going to try again, or damn, that didn't work out. That must not be the way I'm supposed to do this. Maybe there's some other way that's better for me. Just seemingly, small change makes a huge difference, as far as changing that narrative of when we fail. Basically, you can see failure as putting you back, and then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then you do fall back and take away lots of progress, or you can see failure as part of your road to success, and then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as well, where you keep going and you just find a way that, like I said, is even better than you would have expected or planned. So yeah, big message there. Self-love, focus on your relationship with yourself. What are some things that could be better? Okay. The next one that came out was 4 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So 4 of Wands talks about, kind of like a celebration, basically. I think in the original artwork, it's like a wedding, but it's kind of that vibe of we're celebrating something that we're very happy about. 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, being very satisfied with what you have. And then 7 of Wands talks about kind of having to protect what you have. Like, there are others in the world who see what you've accomplished for yourself, and they kind of want to take from that onto themselves. So what I'm seeing here is that a blessing for you guys in the month of May is that if you can, work on, like I said, that self-love aspect and balancing your masculine and feminine energy and giving into this first date energy of being excited about something and just going for it, and kind of seeing what happens and not letting anything, deter you from that, and following your own inner compass, you will achieve your goal. I mean, that's what I'm getting. These 2 cards very much say, like, you are going to get what you want and you're going to be happy with it. This is not a card that says you're going to be let down, you're going to get hurt. Like, you are going to get what you want, and you're going to have a lot to celebrate, and you're going to be able to celebrate that with your loved ones, with your family, your friends, hopefully with yourself as well. Give yourself a good pat on the back for all the hard work that you've done to get, achieve what you're trying to achieve. And then with the Seven of Wands, like, you're you're gonna be in a very envious position. Like, maybe right now you feel like everybody else is more successful than me. Sorry if this is triggering, but this is obviously not true, but it's how we feel sometimes. Like, I'm a loser, I don't have anything going on for me. um I wish I could be like this person, I wish I could be like that person. Like, my life is nothing to brag about. But in this next coming month, like I said, there's something that you are passionate about, something that you want to go for. And if you can do all the things we talked about before and really go for it and be open to the magic of what this experience is going to bring for you, you will achieve a great amount of happiness and success. And you will be in a position where, like I said, instead of looking up at everybody else, the Seven of Wands, the original artwork shows one person and they're kind of up on this pillar, and then there's six people below them, and the six people are trying to knock you off your throne. So basically that's what I'm seeing here. It's like, instead of you being the one looking up at somebody and saying, oh, I wish I was like you, I wish I could be like you, my life would be so much better if I were successful or cool or beautiful, whatever you believe about other people. And that's going to get flipped on its head. That narrative can change if you work on your self-love with yourself, to where you can be the person now where you're in a position where people want to be like you. They're like, hey, I wish, damn, look at what that person did, I want to be like them, look at the life they're living. And again, it's not just about these results that we can quantify and measure, but it's about the fact that you're going to be happy and feeling a deep sense of purpose in your life. That's what people want. That's what people envy. Like I said, you might think you want to look like this other person. You might think you want to have their job. You might think you want to have their house. You might think you want to have the type of relationship that they have. But at the end of the day, what you really see in them that you want is, you want to be free. You want to be living your life based off how you feel. You want to be doing what makes you happy. You want to be doing what you love. You want to have a sense of purpose. You want to be providing, adding value to the world around you. You know what I mean? And the Two of Cups talks about this mutually beneficial relationship, and that's what you want as well. You want to be doing what you love, and by doing what you love, you're adding value to other people's lives. And then by adding value to other people's lives, they're providing, they're giving back to you, they're giving you support, they're giving you love, they're giving you possibly money, you know what I mean, for the thing that you're doing that you love. Just, as an example, like, if you were, I don't know, if you make candles, like, you make candles because you love making candles and you love how they smell, and that's just something that you love to do. And then by doing that and following your passion and being creative and creating things and being happy and finding purpose in that, then other people see your candles and they're like, oh my god, like, I want to buy those, they smell amazing, they look beautiful. And then you're providing to them, and then they're providing to you, and there's this mutually beneficial relationship. So that's what I'm getting for the blessings for you guys coming up this next month. Wonderful, looking forward to that for you guys. Now we're going to ask about challenges, and again, we have free will. We can face these challenges, we cannot, but I suggest we do, because usually when you don't, they just keep coming back over and over again in different forms, and sometimes they get even more challenging the more you put them off. But challenges, at the end of the day, they are ways that we can overcome these challenges and bring blessing into our lives. And I brought this up in the first group as well, but biologically, as human beings, we are wired to not find the most happiness by receiving our wishes. Basically, like if you say I want $1 million and someone just gives you $1 million, like yes, that will give you a certain amount of happiness, but what we are wired to be even happier from is solving problems. We as human beings love solving problems and love that feeling of accomplishment from figuring things out ourselves. And that's always one thing to keep in mind with these challenges is, yes, these things are challenges and sometimes we wish we didn't have to deal with them, but at the end of the day, it's because we go through these challenges that we, become who we are, and we receive a great deal of blessings from going through these challenges. I think the joyful card said something like, we get stronger from going through things sometimes. But yeah, just a little message there. Now let's look at challenges for May 2023. Guess we'll take that. And that's going to be one. The devil. You guys also got the devil. Anything else? Okay. Oh, God. That was close. I almost dropped the whole deck. Okay, so it looks like we got two. Like I said, when they come out all together, it's kind of like one message. So let's see what we got here. First one, Devil in reverse, Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm getting here is there's an unhealthy attachment to something. That's what the devil is usually talking about. Some kind of unhealthy attachment that we have to something. Some kind of addiction or something like that. Basically just some relationship with something that's not healthy. And I think what this is talking about is with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the energy that came from this Rose card. Like I said, the Rose talks about the thorns and being very guarded. Four of Pentacles in reverse talks about you're holding on to something too tightly, also kind of saying that we're being guarded. So with the Devil in reverse coming out, that's saying that this is unhealthy. We reached an unhealthy level of protecting ourselves and trying to hold on to something and keep something the same. Life is full of mystery. Life is always changing. The only thing that is constant in this universe is change. You know what I mean? People say that all the time. So to keep on clinging on to safety and security and this feeling that you're protecting yourself is actually depriving you of happiness, depriving you of new experiences, depriving you of growth, depriving you of success. So it's a very strong message here to face that challenge of letting your guard down and being open to new experiences and being open to failure. You know what I mean? Because like we saw in the blessings, you will succeed. You are a powerful person. I see that. I feel that specific message came out in your blessings. And also with this Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Wands is not somebody who sits around afraid of what the consequences are going to be, afraid that they're going to fail. The Knight of Wands is confident. The Knight of Wands is passionate. The Knight of Wands is charging ahead on this horse. They're charging ahead full speed towards what they want. You know what I mean? And they're doing it now. And that was what came out with this first date card. Let's go, don't wait. So yeah, I definitely suggest you guys listen to this song. It's a freaking good song. But yeah, so first challenge for you guys is really letting go of this unhealthy attachment to safety, security, being guarded, depriving you of happiness, depriving you of success. So overprotecting yourself and opening yourself up to charging towards your passions and not needing to know what the end result is going to be. The Knight of Wands, like I said, they're driven by passion. They're not driven by logic. They're not driven by knowing what the outcome is going to be. They're like, I feel it. I want this. I'm going for it. Let's get it. Okay? All right. So that's the first challenge there. The second one that came out was Page of Wands in reverse. Let me make sure you guys can see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Page of Wands in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. Okay, so challenge for you guys. Page of Wands. Okay, so Page of Wands opposed to the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands knows what they want. They go for it when they feel it. Page of Wands is somebody who's like, I don't really know what I want. I need to explore my passions to kind of figure out what my passions are. And then later I'll become that Knight of Wands. Once I realize what I'm passionate about, then I'll charge for it. This Page of Wands in reverse coming out, this is telling me that maybe you guys doubt yourselves a lot when it comes to your purpose and your passion. Like sometimes you have something that you're passionate about and then maybe you go for it for a little bit, but then you start doubting like, oh, maybe this isn't my path. Maybe I'm supposed to do something else. Like, so I think a challenge for you is going to be stepping out of this Page of Wands energy and being like, I don't know what the purpose of my life is. I don't know what I'm doing. Why can't I figure it out? My purpose. Why can't I find my purpose? Why does everybody else know what they want to do with their lives and I don't? And really step into this Knight of Wands energy that's like, no, you know what you want. You just, again, with that Two of Cups coming out, you need to work on your relationship with yourself and how much you love yourself, and letting go of this guarded energy and this hyper masculine energy to be able to have more confidence in yourself, to go for what you want and listen to your heart instead of letting your head cloud everything up and affect your decision making process, and again deprive you of wonderful experiences that you could be having. And then with the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords coming with that, I think there's an energy here of you, like I said, when it comes to figuring out your life purpose, you feel like you have to do it all yourself, I think is what's coming with this Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving. There's a time to be giving, there's time to be receiving. And I know a lot of us, especially when it comes to hyper masculine energy, and yeah, we had that message earlier of finding a balance between masculine and feminine, and that's exactly what this giving and receiving talks about. The masculine is more the giving side, and the feminine is more the receiving side. So again, instead of feeling like you have to do everything yourself, that's only going to get you so far. There's also other things that you need to receive from others in order to get to where you're trying to go, if that makes sense. And that might seem hard to accept at first, but that's why it's coming out as a challenge. Like your spirit team is challenging you to think about where you're taking on more than you need to all on your own, out of maybe pride or out of fear that you can't trust anybody else, things like that. It's asking you, again, a lot of energy here is asking you to open up your heart and kind of remove a lot of those thorns that are protecting you, because at this point, like I said, it's become unhealthy. They're not protecting you, they're actually depriving you of a lot of love that you could be experiencing, both from yourself and from others. That's what's coming out with the Six of Pentacles, is there's a lot of love that's trying to get to you, but you're trying to say, no, if I'm receiving from other people, if other people are helping me out, then I'm weak, then I can't be as proud of myself. but it's like that's not true. Like so many people that are successful in this world, they have help, and it's because they receive that help that they are able to give more in the long run. And again, with that Two of Cups talking about mutually beneficial relationships, I think that goes really well with the Six of Pentacles. Like you can give your 3 pentacles to somebody, they can give you 3 back. But it's important not to always think that things are going to be totally equal like that. Sometimes you got to just sit there and let somebody do something beautiful for you that you can never truly repay them for, and accept that and be joyful for that and be grateful for that, rather than letting it make you feel like you don't deserve it, or that you're hurting them in some way. Like people want to give to you, people want to help you out. Please let them, that's the energy I'm getting from your spirit team right now. And then also with the fact that it came out with the Page of Wands, there's this energy of, with the giving and receiving thing, it's like you feel like you don't have as much to give to the world as you actually do. Like you feel like there's other people maybe trying to do what you're trying to do, and they have much more to give than you do. But that's just not true. Like maybe you're just starting though. Like you have to accept where you're at and accept that when you're just starting, of course you're not going to have as much to give as somebody who has been doing this for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, however long the people you look up to have been doing what you're doing. But that's everybody. They, at some point, they were starting out in what they're doing, and there was somebody 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead of them that they looked up to. But rather than seeing them as some obstacle, as, oh, I'll never be as good as them, so why should I even try? They looked at that person and said, they found inspiration. They said, oh, I want to be like that person. Like, I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to be like them, but in my own way. You know what I mean? I'm not going to copy them. I'm not going to do everything exactly how they did it, but I want to be in the same field as them, and I want to be an equal to them. So I'm going to push myself to get on their level. You know what I mean? Like, I relate to that. That's something I feel when I do these tarot readings. I look at readers like Kino, Aso Tarot, Lexi the Leo, lots of great readers out there, and I want to collaborate with them one day, and that's not going to happen if I'm sitting here always being like, I fucking suck, I'll never be as good as them, I'll never be as interesting as them, why would people want to watch me, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. But it's like, it starts with belief in yourself, and that self-love. That Two of Cups in reverse, I've been getting that a lot lately too. It's like, make sure you focus on your relationship with yourself, focus on your self-talk, because in this life, I think this message comes out for so many people that I read for, and for myself, it's like the person or people or things that are holding you back the most in life are not the universe, it's not the government, it's not your parents, it's not your fake friends, whatever you think your problems are, or the people holding you back, it's yourself, it's your own mind, it's your own limiting beliefs. Like nothing in this world can hold you back more than yourself. So really focus on that, and focus on believing in yourself, and believing that you have so much to offer this world, because each and every one of us does, and that's just so much more valuable when it comes from a place of passion and purpose. Like I said, that's what people need, that's what inspires people, that's what adds value to this world, that's what we all do to add value to each other's lives. So strong message there. And then with the Six of Swords coming out with all that energy I just talked about, it's saying that it's going to be a challenge to overcome this mindset. You have to do a good amount of work here. You need to make sure you're listening to experts, you're listening to podcasts, you're watching constructive things on your social media. You're not following all the people that are telling you you need to work harder and just listen to your feelings. Like if you're watching something on social media and it's making you feel shitty, cut that out. Stop following them. Like just stop, like focus on your happiness, focus on what makes you feel better, focus on what builds you up. Stop wasting your time on things that are tearing you down, that are holding you back. Um so yeah, the Six of Swords talks about moving on, letting go of baggage, and the fact that it came out as a challenge. That's going to be a challenge for you to let go of this mindset of I'm not good enough, I don't have enough to offer, I can't receive help because that makes me pathetic and weak. Like these are all things that you need to let go of, and you need to release in order to see a better life for yourself. All right, so that's your challenges for May. Now let's go to the inner child portion of this reading. We're going to ask your higher self and the rest of your spirit team, what is the inner child healing that group 2 can do for themselves over this next month that's going to be most beneficial for them, and for them finding more joy and purpose in their life. I always get nervous that a card's going to fly into the candle and 1 get covered in wax and 2 get burnt to a crisp. I hope I didn't jinx it by saying that, but I think I'll be good. I think I'm quick enough to pull it out before it completely catches on fire. Okay, you guys got Ophelia with naivete. Naivete. Not sure how to pronounce that, but being naive. Okay. My name is Ophelia. Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything right. I seem to trust all the wrong people. I make the same mistakes over and over again. I just don't seem to learn. My siblings often tell me stories that get me into trouble. You'd think I'd know not to believe them by now. Wake me up when the world feels different, please. Ophelia comes to visit when your inner child is feeling worthless or disempowered. They may have lost sight of their personal power. They might have lost faith in themselves and have low self-esteem. Without inner power and confidence, our sense of intuition and ability to listen, mind, body, and spirit to things and respond with a deep sense of knowledge is non-existent. Have you lost your personal power and passion for yourself? Have you been feeling like you just can't keep up or sort out what's real anymore? More often than not, when this happens, we are ungrounded, depleted, and out of touch. It's important to breathe deep and get grounded, slow down, and return to self. Okay, and the mantra for Ophelia is, when I am centered, I know the truth. And there's also some remedies and journaling questions for you guys to work with over this next month to help you heal this inner child energy. So yeah, strong message here on being grounded in yourself. That's a big part of having self-love, is when you're not grounded in yourself, you're much more susceptible to, like I said, if you're scrolling through social media and you see something that doesn't make you feel good, if you're not grounded in yourself, you're going to look at it and you're going to obsess about it, and it's really going to affect you negatively. But if you're grounded in yourself and you see something that doesn't make you feel good, then it's much easier to be like, oh, I don't need that right now. Scroll right past and find something that does make you feel good. You know what I mean? So this also came up for group 1. I think it's what we all need to hear right now. Don't forget to focus on your breathing. Take deep breaths whenever you're feeling stressed out, whenever you're feeling anything but wonderful. Focus on your breath. focus on your body, and work on grounding yourself in a place of unconditional love for yourself. Another thing that came up that I thought was important to mention here with Ophelia was they might have lost faith in themselves and have low self-esteem. Without inner power and confidence, our sense of intuition and ability to listen, mind, body, and spirit to things and respond with a deep sense of knowledge is non-existent. So again, there's a few messages coming out earlier about you putting other people up on a pedestal above you, when really, like, we're all on a pedestal above others, and we're all underneath the pedestal of somebody else. Like, so in reality, we're all just equal. Like, we're all here doing different things, and we're at different levels in all kinds of different aspects of life. So it's important to work on, again, your self-esteem and how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself, because otherwise that really affects your confidence. And when you don't have a good sense of confidence and personal power, then you're definitely not going to achieve the things that you want out of life, because you're going to hold yourself back. You're going to quit before you even start. You're going to tell yourself it can't be done. You're going to tell yourself that you don't have the skills, you don't have the power, but you do. We all do. We all have the power to make our dreams reality. That's part of being human. Like, that is a power that we have. We have the power to manifest our dreams. But again, there are also bigger things at play. So it's important not to think that just because something doesn't go exactly how you think it's going to go means that you can't have what you want, or life just hates you, you know what I mean? Or that you'll never feel satisfied and happy with your life. That's not true. It's just there are ups and downs, and like, it's important that at some level we accept that. Otherwise, we're always going to be wishing for life to be rainbows and butterflies 100% of the time, and we're going to be upset every single day, because that's just not reality. Like, there are ups and downs, and we need to accept that and learn how to ride those waves, because we have to. Like, that's just life. That's how it works, you know what I mean? There's joy, and there's also suffering and pain, and kind of is what it is. So yes, another big message here of self-love and self-confidence, believing in yourself, believing that the universe does not hate you, the universe is not against you. They actually want you to have everything that you want out of life, but there's only so much they can do. A big part of it is how you feel about yourself, because that affects the actions that you can take to bring your desires into reality. All right? Pay very close attention to your self-talk and to the narrative that you have about yourself. If your narrative is, nothing works out for me, I suck, I have nothing to offer, that's exactly what your life is going to reflect every single day. If your narrative is, I'm just out here in this crazy world, floating around in this infinite universe, not knowing what the fuck is going on, and nobody else knows either, I just want to be happy and do what I'm passionate about, then your life will be full of plenty of that as well. All right, so believe in your own magic, Oracle. Let's get some advice from your higher self as far as this whole situation with your next month. Group 2's higher self, what do we got to say? All right, you guys got 2 as well. And look at that, confidence. Who'da thunk it? Okay. All right. So we'll start with confidence. Confidence, it comes with time and practice. Ain't that the truth? Confidence can be taken away from us over years and years of childhood trauma and harsh life experiences, it has to be built up the same way over time. It doesn't happen overnight. Very powerful message there. It seems like everywhere around you, people are chattering about how confident they are and just how freeing it feels. You wish you could relate to them, but you haven't gotten there yet. Listen, it's all right. Confidence is not an instant or an overnight evolution. Just like with everything else, it takes time, practice, and a lot of unlearning of toxicity. So yeah, well said. Can't say too much more. That was pretty much what I had to deliver about that as well. But yeah, definitely a big message there too when it says, seems like everywhere around you people are chattering about how confident they are, how freeing it feels. You wish you could relate to them, but you haven't gotten there yet. So again, there's a lot of people on social media that are gonna just say that, display all this confidence and just make it look like it's magically there. But there's also people out there on social media that are talking about how they wake up feeling like shit sometimes. They have doubts about themselves too. Like, find those people. Those are the fucking real people. Those are the people that I love following. Those are the people that I love listening to. Those are people that give me more confidence in myself and normalize not being confident all the time. Like, that's what people like you and people like me need. So I suggest, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out about social media, so I think that's very, very important to keep in mind for you guys, because I believe this tower card is going to talk about that a little bit as well. But yeah, it's kind of like, the more you can kind of disconnect from what everyone else is doing and what everybody else is trying to tell you is the right way to live life, the more you can, like we were saying with Ophelia, the more you can become grounded in yourself and your own desires and your own wishes and listen to your own body and what it wants, So Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your one true best friend, yourself. Look up some yoga videos on YouTube. Try out guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. So, boom, going with that Two of Cups in reverse. Just doing things to take care of yourself. Self-care is what I'm getting from your higher self on this one. Like, self-care is another way that you can get everybody else's voice out of your head. Like, instead of constantly being on social media and having everybody tell you this is what they're doing, this is what I'm doing, like, just listen to that silence of nothing but you and yourself and peace and quiet and calm. Or, if you want to listen to music too. It doesn't have to be quiet all the time. Like, but every once in a while, I think it is very important to just enjoy some nice silence. Like it says, unplug from everything for at least, a minute or two a day, preferably more, ideally more. But, really get in touch with yourself and really treat yourself how you deserve to be treated. Because at the end of the day, sometimes people will treat you well, sometimes people will treat you shitty, but the way you treat yourself is always under your control, you know what I mean? So try to build that habit of spending time treating yourself like the goddess that you are, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I like that it said, discover places you've never been before, do things you haven't done before, have some fun, We talked about with this joyful card, the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. So do things that you enjoy, do things that you love, do things that do things that you're passionate about, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's all the messages I have for you guys, Group 2. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing your beautiful energy with me. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. Thank you again, Group 2. Sending you guys peace, love, healing energy, and until next time, later. What up, Group 3? You guys chose the little striped candle. This is going to be your reading for May 2023. Welcome, welcome. Let's get it cracking. Alright, starting off with my handmade song deck. Let's see what song. That was the worst shuffle I've ever done in my life. We'll see what song your spirit team will choose to add to the overall energy of what they're trying to talk to you about as far as this next month goes. Ooh, Woman Comes First, featuring Natalie Rise by Hyrie. I love this song. I'm not sure what lyrics are gonna come up off this song. But the main energy that I get from this song is feminine energy, obviously. Really good song. I hope you guys listen to it. It's reggae, if you guys like reggae. It's like more modern kind of reggae. But yeah, really beautiful song about feminine energy. And yeah, while I pull the rest of these cards, we'll see if any specific lyrics come up. I don't know, I'm kind of blanking on the lyrics for this song for you guys, but the main part of it, it's like, ooh, the woman comes first. Ooh, the woman comes first. Listen when I talk to you now. The woman comes first. Ooh. Oh yeah, she has a good line where she's like, give it up to your wife and your mother. Let's not forget, your duty is to love her. Stuff like that, you know, it's just very much female empowerment, giving big ups to feminine energy in a world that doesn't necessarily do that so much, but we'll see how it ties in to the rest of your reading, where that comes up. Moving on to this fairy card from the Mystic Misfit Oracle deck. The fairy talks about kind of this whimsical energy. The fairy energy from this card is very much about fun, fanciful things. Yeah, just kind of like a fun, whimsical energy. So we'll see. So far, not a strong picture being painted yet. In the first two groups, it was like right away, okay, yes, this relates to this, relates to this, relates to this. But as these are coming out, it's going to be a little bit, I think, more work on my part. Seeing what the message is here, you guys seem to have a bit of a complex message coming through. So the strong one from the Fantasma Oracle. I'm not super familiar with these cards yet, so we gotta see what the guidebook says about that one. The strong one says, and actually here in the, I think they changed it just to like, you know, not not focus so much on gender, but in here it says the strong woman actually. So like woman comes first, strong woman, fairy. I'm getting very much lots of feminine energy. I'm not saying that everybody who picked this pile is going to be female or identify as such or anything like that, but definitely a big message here of thinking about feminine energy for this next month. So the strong one. The situation at hand may be difficult, but it's nothing you haven't done before. Be strong, keep powering through, and you'll make it once again. Okay, cool. So a strong message there of you're coming up against some obstacle, some challenge, and message here from your spirit team that whatever it is, you've been through worse. You may have been through something similar, and here you are, standing strong, standing tough. And yeah, just encouraging message there to keep doing what you're doing, and that you have the power to overcome your obstacles. And here we have the warrior with the intuition oracle. The warrior. I can handle whatever life brings to me. Oh yeah, and then I gotta show you guys the image in case anything stands out to you guys. Alright, let's see what the warrior has to say. I'm sorry, the more I say it, the more it sounds like warrior, like a fighter warrior, but obviously we can see it's the warrior. Alright. Worry is the result of feeling... Oh, God. Worry is the result of feeling that things are not working out the way they should be. Our attachment to things having to work out a certain way, along with our expectations, cause us to be critical as a way of getting things to be how we expect them to be. Analyzing a situation is an important step in making things better. However, anxiety holds us rigidly in place, preventing us from growing, particularly when we yearn to know the perfect plan or the outcome of plans and actions before they have reached fruition. The unknown is always with us and must be embraced if we would live a full life. At its core, worry is a natural desire to protect you from pain by anticipating problems. However, you are also being practical and logical when you let your success transform your life, not your failures, real or imagined. Power can be gained by focusing on what has already been accomplished. Okay, so there's where it really ties in, because a lot of what that said is exactly what this strong one card was saying. Like, you're worried about something, but in reality, you've been through it before. Like I said, you've been through worse. You are super strong, and you can handle whatever life is bringing to you, whatever you're having anxiety about. Your spirit team wants you to know, wants you to believe that, not in a dismissive way, like, oh, there's nothing to worry about, stop worrying. Like, obviously that's not helpful, but it's just saying that whatever you are worried about, it's important to know that that's something to focus on for this next month. Focus on what is worrying you, what you've, because that worry comes from a place of fear, comes from a fear that you can't handle what is to come. But your spirit team is coming here very strongly to say that you can handle what is coming towards you. Yeah. And I just want to note again that pretty much all three groups so far have had a kind of similar overarching message. The readings are different energies, so it's not like they're all the same or anything, but there's definitely a big collective energy, I think, of everybody, I don't know, really needing to know that they're powerful, and that, there are unknowns in life, but that we have the power to roll with whatever punches come towards us, So yeah, I just wanted to say that to let you guys know that we are not alone in this. Literally every group is kind of going through a similar situation, and maybe, obviously not a ton of people are going to be watching this reading But just know that even people around you that you might seem to think have it all put together or don't have this type of anxiety that you suffer from, or don't worry about these things that you worry about, like, I think that they are also going through this as well. So just a message there for you guys about that. Now that we got the main energy check, I guess I'll say one more thing with this fairy card coming out and talking about kind of having fun. I think that's one thing that will help you with this anxiety and this worry, is like having more fun. Like I said, sometimes we can live in this place of fear and be attached to the results and the outcomes of things, and it really sucks the fun out of our life. And having fun is a big part of why we are here living. Like, it's not just to accomplish things, it's not just to struggle, it's not just to suffer, like, it's to have fun, it's to be happy. So I think that's another thing to keep in mind, that maybe it's something that you're used to. It's definitely something that gets perpetuated throughout our whole society worldwide, not just here where I live, and I think most of my viewers are in America. But like, this idea that that's just life, that's just adulting, like, you're supposed to be stressed out, you're supposed to not be having fun, like, being an adult is not fun, it's not all fun and games. Like, says who? You know what I mean? It's not how I want to live my life. I'm sure it's not how you guys want to live your life. So, strong message from your spirit team saying, like, step out of the mainstream society's ideas about what being an adult looks like. Like, have some freaking fun. Have some childlike whimsy up in your life. Okay, so we got the main energy check. Moving on to the tarot, we're going to talk about blessings. Super excited using this deck. Just got it. I've been looking forward to getting this deck for a couple months now. It is the Anime Tarot by Natasha Yglesias. As you can see, she's beautiful. Yeah, been working out super well so far. It's definitely going to be a go-to deck of mine. I love anime. I love the pastel colors that are on the other side that you guys will see soon. Love the images. And then when it comes to, the blessings portion of my monthly readings, I try to let you guys know that, we all have free will. That's why I love tarot. It emphasizes on self-reflection and choice, and the fact that no matter what is told to us by any type of psychic or non-psychic, even our parents or whoever wants to tell us what they think is going to happen, like, ultimately it's our choice. It's up to us where our life is going to go. That's our power as human beings. So with these blessings, you could take it, you could leave it, but these are opportunities for blessings to enter your life. And sometimes the message that comes out is going to be character traits that you guys are already blessed with that will really be helpful for you to focus on and to step into over the next month. Alright, so blessings for group 3 for 2023 in May. Whoa, okay, so that's the quickest that something's flown out so far. For the first 2 groups, it was taking like forever and ever. So your spirit team is like, yo, blessings on blessings coming your way. We're excited about it. That's what that tells me, anyways. So yeah, when they all come out at once like that, it kind of gives me the feeling that it's like one message, kind of everything's connected together, rather than if they come out separately and it's kind of like separate ideas trying to come through. But we have for you guys for blessings coming out in May, Knight of Wands, the Emperor, Two of Cups, Six of Swords. These cards are making me very happy to see. These are definitely wonderful cards we want to see coming out for the blessings. You guys didn't get anything in reverse, which is a lovely energy. The first two groups had a lot of cards in reverse, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of challenging energies to kind of get through. But for you guys, I think you've been doing a lot of that work. That's what I'm feeling looking at these cards. Like I said, it's just so overwhelmingly positive that I feel like you guys have just been doing a lot of really, deep, tough inner work. And really the only energy that came up was, kind of anxiety and worrying about things. So anyways, as far as what came out here for your blessing in May, just give me a second to kind of take this all in. So I think a blessing coming for you guys in this next month, is, I think the Knight of Wands is you. I think this Emperor is maybe somebody else. And I think this Two of Cups is the relationship between you guys. And then the Six of Swords is kind of like this feeling of just things getting better for you. So Knight of Wands talks about somebody who's very passionate, somebody who follows their passions, somebody who's not overthinking things. Somebody who follows their heart, doesn't worry so much about the end result, and just, lives life, like I said, having fun, following their passions, following their heart. And I think that what this is telling me is that by doing that, it's leading you to this Emperor person. This Emperor is somebody who's very, very stable, very grounded, just has this very divine masculine energy of somebody who's, I don't know, I think I said disciplined already, but it's just the vibe of somebody who's stable, somebody you look up to, somebody who maybe has achieved the things that you want to achieve, and just that you really see in a high regard. Somebody who's done a lot of hard work, like I said, through their discipline, has over time accomplished a lot of things that you probably want to accomplish. And with this Two of Cups coming out, it's telling me that you guys are going to have a very mutually beneficial relationships. That's what the Two of Cups represents. It's two people, you both have your cups, you're pouring into theirs, they're pouring into yours. You guys have equal things to offer each other. So what I'm seeing is there's somebody in your life that, and speaking of passion, maybe it's they do something that you're passionate about and you really look up to them, and because you look up to them, maybe you don't see yourselves as equal, maybe you don't see yourself as having the same amount to offer this person that they have to offer you. But with this Two of Cups coming out, that's absolutely not the case. It's, there's something about your relationship where you have just as much to offer them as they have to offer you. So it's very important that you continue following your passions, whatever you're passionate about, it's going to get you to the level of this other person. Like, you guys you may not feel like you guys are equal now. You may not be equal in terms of what you guys have accomplished and established for yourself, for sure, being that you're the knight and they're the emperor, which is essentially like above king, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you don't have things to offer them right now. Like, I don't know exactly what it is. I can't go too in depth yet, but the idea is that this next month there's somebody that you really look up to, and by continuing to follow your passions and move forward with the thing that you love doing right now, you are going to develop a very beautiful and equal relationship with this person. And with the Six of Swords coming with that, the Six of Swords talks about releasing baggage and moving, from kind of a turbulent situation into a much more calm, much more peaceful situation. So I think that what's happening with that is, like, this person is going to help you with all that worry about being able to handle what's coming, what your future holds. And again, with that strong one card coming out, it was talking about how it was okay. Sorry, I'm having trouble articulating this energy, but the strong one was talking about looking back at what you've already accomplished. So I think that's what the Six of Swords is talking about. It's about you're moving from a place where you're looking at your past and kind of saying, like, you have a certain narrative about your past and about your present, and you're moving into a new stage of your life where you're more confident and you appreciate your own strength more. You acknowledge your own strength more. Like I said, with this energy coming out, it's like maybe in the past you've just seen yourself as weak, or I don't know, you just have had a certain low level of self-confidence and not believing that you're capable of this high level of emperor success, but you are. That's the whole energy I'm getting so far. So yeah, I think May is going to be a month full of wonderful blessings for you. The biggest of which being that you are moving up towards the level of, I'm just going to use an example. Let's say, like, you really love music and you're, like, kind of in a middle stage. You're not totally beginner. You've been doing some stuff with music, but you're definitely not, like, at a place where you have, like, a whole album made or anything like that. And there's somebody that does do music and is successful with music, and you think that there's no way that this person would ever even know that you exist. But by you sticking to, working on your self-confidence and believing that you can have whatever you want in life and you can accomplish whatever you want in life, you are going to somehow interact with somebody like this. I don't know if it's going to be somebody you necessarily have in mind, but there's somebody who's like, and again, this is just one example of music. It's going to be different for every single person watching, but whatever your passion is that you're working towards right now, whether it's in your personal growth, whether it's in your career, some financial aspect of life, love, I don't know, whatever it is, you're going to run into somebody, you're going to develop a connection with somebody who is like your goals, you know what I mean? Like somebody who lives your dream life, kind of, when it comes to something that you're passionate about. So you're going to find somebody like this and you're going to have a really cool relationship with them that you didn't know was possible, because you see people who succeed as something as kind of like above you or like ethereal, But at the end of the day, like, they're just people. At the end of the day, they were just like you at some point. They were just beginning, or they were just barely getting into something. They were just kind of starting out. And by staying dedicated, they became who they are. And I get the vibe that this person is very humble, and they are happy to, impart their knowledge on you, but they'll also see you as equals. They're not going to just see themselves as, oh, I'm this big name, I'm this big celebrity, I'm so much more successful than you, and you're just some nobody. Like, no, they're going to see you both as people who love doing the same thing, and you're just going to be like friends. You know what I mean? Like, just like how people should see each other, rather than always putting fame or status and shit like that above just genuine human connection. So that's going to be really cool. And then again, with the Six of Swords, it just signifies this feeling of moving from a turbulent time, maybe with lots of worry, into a time of more fun, more love, more appreciation, all that kind of good stuff. So sorry I did not do a great job of articulating everything there, but I hope that makes sense. Really, really, really beautiful energy. I hope I at least conveyed that much. So now, after I sip on my tea, we're going to look at the challenges that you guys have in store for this next month. What do I say about challenges? Oh yeah, so again, free will. We all have it. Use it. If you wanna step up to these challenges, please do. I always tell people, you can put off facing these challenges for another time, but they're just gonna keep coming back over and over, because your higher self and the universe knows what you want deep down, and they're trying to help you get there. But not unfortunately, just as a part of life, like, there are challenges to be overcome. There are obstacles to be faced to get to where we're trying to go. So, yeah, I always suggest you guys face those head on, and on the other side of these challenges, await more blessings. So let's go ahead and see what challenges we can expect for Group 3 in May. Alright, so, whoa, that's too much, I think, yeah. Too much to be one message, since they came out all at once. I don't know why I'm shuffling again, but there we go. Okay, challenges. Actually, I do know why I'm shuffling, because shit happens in crazy ways when it comes to these tarot readings. Like, those were just hidden, flipped over in there. But the fact that I shuffled tells me that there's very specific cards that want to come out for this message for you guys. So, god dang, okay. Man, Spirit's really, like, your Spirit team's really challenging my tarot reading chops today, because they have not, I think only maybe once or twice have they shot out one card with the tarot. Instead, they're giving me, like, chunks of cards to convey one message. But I love it. Let's make it happen. Okay, so challenges. First one, the Fool in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. Man, that is kind of intense. Let's get into it. The Fool in reverse. You know what, let me just kind of take all of it in for a second so I can give a better interpretation. Okay, all right. So with the Fool in reverse, that's telling me that it's time for you guys to really kind of throw caution to the wind. We were talking about with this warrior card that sometimes we start overthinking. We think that we can think out every step of the way, um, to get to exactly the end point we're trying to get to, and exactly the amount of steps and the way we think we're going to get there. And that's really just not how manifestation works. I think anybody will tell you that. Any spiritual person will tell you that. There's lots of people, like I said, on the hyper masculine hustle culture side that will tell you all you need to do is keep grinding and keep working harder and keep working longer, and you'll get exactly what you want. um, but that's only part of it. Like, there's also a lot of mystery in life. That's what we were talking about, feminine energy coming up as your song. Like, um, it's very important to keep that in mind. Like, masculine energy is not the only thing that drives this world. But the fool in reverse is telling me that it's time for you guys, again with this fairy card too, talking about kind of whimsy and carefree energy. That's what the fool is all about. And the fact that it's coming out in reverse, the challenge for you guys is being open to that, is remembering that. So the fool always reminds me of this quote by, I believe, Martin Luther King Jr. He says, faith is taking the first step without seeing the whole staircase, or something like that. And that's exactly what the image of the fool usually depicts. It's somebody who's literally about to like walk off a cliff. Like, they're just going for it. They don't need to know how it's going to end up. Again, with that quote, they don't need to see the whole staircase to just start taking it step by step. And I think that's going to be a challenge for you guys, because I think the thing that you guys want and that you're worried about is like a really big deal for you guys. You're really passionate about it, and I think you guys just have such big dreams, and you guys are meant for such big things in this world. You have such a divinely guided purpose, and you're here to affect a large amount of people, and it just might seem really scary. That makes a lot of sense with that whole emperor energy we were talking about before. But that's why you're gonna start interacting with that person, because you are meant to be on that level. You are gonna be an emperor yourself. But again, you don't get there without being open to taking some L's. You don't get there without being open to failure. You don't get there by being afraid to take chances. You know what I mean? That's what this fool is telling me, is like, a challenge for you guys is going to be facing your fears and really taking chances when you could very much fail. You know what I mean? And with the Four of Wands coming out with that in reverse, it's telling me, just like this strong one card and like the message that the worrier had, that it's super important for you guys to like give yourself props where they're due. Again, it's not just you, it's so many people in today's society. We get caught up in, and I always say that when anxiety comes up, it's like anxiety can completely suck all the joy out of living, because it makes you feel like you're never doing enough. It's like, even if you accomplish a goal, your anxiety makes you worried about the next thing that you have to do. And then once you do that, and then it just feels like you're running on the hamster wheel and you're never getting anywhere. Like, you're accomplishing so much, but you don't feel like you are. So another challenge for you guys is that it's very important to, like I said, give you guys props where props are due. Like, even when things were uncertain in your life at some point, you still came out on top. So it's important to remember that you don't need to always have everything all planned out, because even when shit hits the fan and you're caught off guard, like, you still came through for yourself, and you still survived, and you came out better than you were at the beginning of that situation. You know what I mean? You handled it. So it's very important to recognize that and work on your self-talk and just do little things all the time to keep in perspective how far you've come and all the things that you've accomplished in your life, okay? And then with the Eight of Swords in reverse coming out with that, it's tying into that more of, it's going to be a challenge for you guys to again, work on any self-talk that's negative, that's telling you you're anything less than worthy of being this emperor. Telling yourself that you're worthy of anything less than success and being a big leader in whatever the field is that you're passionate about. Eight of Swords in reverse is also telling me, yeah, to let go of limiting beliefs. Like, that's what happens with the Fool. If the Fool is all caught up in their thoughts of, oh, what if this happens? Oh, what if this happens? What if I get rejected? What if I fail? What if it doesn't go exactly this way? What if I look stupid? All these kinds of, self-limiting beliefs. You're never going to take that first step, and you're never going to go on the adventure that you're meant to go on. So yeah, message there that your life is meant to be an adventure. It's not supposed to be just like following step A, B, C, D, E, and then you get to success. Like, that's boring as fuck. You're meant to live the fool's journey. If you guys have not read into tarot so much, I at least recommend that you guys read about the major arcana cards and the fool's journey. That's definitely my favorite part about it. It's a beautiful story. I love storytelling. I'm a INFP. That's my shit. But yeah, the fool's journey is all about having an adventure, and it starts with the fool, and that's you, that's me, that's everybody out here living the human experience. And there comes a point many times in our lives where we don't know what's going to happen next, but we have the choice between being safe and living a boring, safe life, or taking risks and living an exciting, fulfilling life, okay? And that's kind of what's coming up here. And then with this Queen of Cups in reverse, that's coming back to the song of, talking about feminine energy. Queen of Cups is somebody who's very emotionally nurturing. The Queen of Cups is like that kind of motherly Cancer energy. I mean, I don't know if it's actually related to Cancer. I don't know much about the astrology as it applies to tarot, but it gives me that energy. It's somebody who's like very nurturing, somebody who's going to tell you their feelings, somebody who's going to lift your spirits, somebody who's going to, yeah, just make you feel cared for, somebody who's going to tell you nice things about yourself. So with this in reverse, it's just saying that, like, that's a challenge for you as well. Again, going with the whole self-talk and all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's going to be a challenge for you to be the Queen of Cups towards yourself, like to be your own mother, whether you're male, female, whatever in between or all around. Like, we all know what the motherly feminine energy means. Like, it's nurturing, it's supportive, support yourself, tell yourself that you're good enough, tell yourself that you're beautiful, tell yourself that you're kind, tell yourself that you're powerful, tell yourself that you can do anything you put your mind to, that's what the Queen of Cups would do. That's what the Queen of Cups is here to do, and that's what you're being challenged to do for yourself this month, because that's going to greatly help you on your journey. Because I said this in group 2 as well, that the thing that has the most power to hold you back in life is not the universe, it's not the government, it's not your enemies, it's not your friends, it's not your parents, it's you. It's your own limiting beliefs. It's how you feel about yourself. It's your own subconscious beliefs. Like, you will hold yourself back so much harder than anybody else in this world or anything else in this world ever could. So keep that in mind and just pump yourself the fuck up. Do positive affirmations, write stuff down, write down every single thing you love about yourself, and make sure you look at that daily, because you need that and you deserve that. And that's who you are at the end of the day. Like I said, you have so much to offer this world, and it is your destiny to do that. But like I said, we have free will. You could live in fear and not step up to that destiny. and have to do it, you know, in another life or something like that. But you have the opportunity here to work on really showing up for yourself and not needing everybody else's approval, not needing everybody else's support. I hope you have that, of course. Everybody deserves that as well from the outside, but your spirit team's telling you to really focus on giving yourself that from the inside as well. So that's the first challenge we have for you guys. And the second challenge we have here is the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Swords. So big energy there. Major Arcana and 2 court cards. So let's see. Give me a second to take that in. High Priestess, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay. So the High Priestess with the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords is telling me that you are the High Priestess. That's, I don't know, probably the number 1 card besides Queen of Cups, but this one's Major Arcana, so I would definitely say this. Obviously the Empress as well, but if you were to ask me about feminine energy when it comes to tarot, I would say the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is really stepping into your feminine energy, knowing that, because that's a big part. Like I've mentioned hyper masculinity a couple times in this reading, and I think it's come up in the other 2 readings as well. It's just a big problem for all of us these days, I think. And I think that's what a lot of us here in the spiritual community are here to help, you know, the spirit realm spread this message of feminine energy being so important now more than ever. And I mean, it always has been, and it's just always been getting suppressed, and it's fucking shitty. But anyways, now with the power of the internet, we can all have more of these healthier viewpoints being heard. So again, the over masculine energy is going to make you think that I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. If I don't do this, it's not going to happen. If I don't do this, it's not going to happen. But the High Priestess doesn't think like that. The High Priestess trusts her intuition. She knows that all the answers are within her at this point. Like I said, it's you that's holding yourself back. So once you can look inside and deal with that, then you can make the actions that you know that need to be done. You can even hear in my voice as I'm channeling the message from this High Priestess. It's like the High Priestess is calm. The High Priestess just knows. The High Priestess, you know, doesn't worry. I know that's easier said than done, but it's just a call to embody that energy a little bit more. The High Priestess can sit, and the reason that they're not worrying is because they have faith in the universe to support their dreams. They have faith in themselves to do what they came here to do and be able to do that well. So yeah, that's the message coming through with the High Priestess here, is to really get into that energy of, because that's what you need when you're going on this fool's journey, when you're having that fool energy of taking steps without knowing what's going to happen, of going on an adventure. Like, you need to have trust in the universe to not just shit on all your plans and not just be waiting around every corner to fuck up what is best for you. Maybe they will fuck up your plans, but that's on purpose. That's because your plans were not going to get you to where you're trying to go in the best way. The universe will guide you in a better way. They have a higher perspective than us. So if things don't go your way, don't think that that's the universe like shitting on you or telling you that you'll never make it in life. It's them telling you, hey, you know, we love you, but this is not the right way to go. So we're kind of going to shut that down, and, you know, you need to find another way. We're trying to direct you towards this other way. And that's where the High Priestess can sit, listen to their intuition and say, okay, instead of worrying about what I did wrong and why I fucked up and how I'm never going to succeed now. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to say, okay, what's next? What is my heart? Where is my heart guiding me next? You know? So with the Knight of Cups coming out with that, Knight of Cups is saying that it's going to be very important to. I mean, it's very similar to the Queen of Cups, but it's like. It's self love. The Knight of Cups is somebody who's very romantic, and it's somebody who is very expressive about their emotions. And with it coming out in reverse, maybe maybe that's what it is. Okay, sometimes I get a different interpretation, but what I'm feeling now is with the Knight of Cups coming out in reverse, the challenge for you is going to be being more expressive about your emotions and really going towards where your emotions are leading you. You know, the fact that it came with the High Priestess, it's definitely giving a message, and the fact that this is a challenge is it's giving the message of you getting in touch with your feminine energy. There's a call here to get more in touch with your feminine energy, do whatever you have to do to nurture that relationship within yourself. And with this Knight of Cups in reverse coming out, it's saying that, you know, don't hold back. Don't hold back all the love that you have. Sometimes we get worried, we get afraid, we're afraid of being rejected. Like I said, when it comes to people that we see as above us, more successful than us, whatever. Or just, it could be anybody. Like when you have low self-confidence, you don't feel like other people want to hear what you have to say sometimes. They're not interested in your deep creative inner world. But like I said, you have so much to offer, so you're being challenged to believe that and to express that to people. And I know that you will be pleasantly surprised by what you find. Like I said, with that Emperor person, if you can not hold back, and instead of thinking, oh, this person is so successful and so busy, like they don't have time for me, they don't want to hear anything from me, like I'm nobody, they want to be talking to other people that are successful and all that kind of stuff. Like if you keep thinking that way, that's the life you're going to keep living. You're never going to get to the level that, like I said, that you want to be at, that you're meant to be at. You're not going to get on the level of those people because you're constantly comparing and making yourself feel like they're better than you, and that you're not good enough to be interacting with them. But like I said, already at this point, the Two of Cups came out to say that you are on their level. You're just at an earlier stage, you know what I mean? They've been doing it for a little while more, but like I said, at the end of the day, you guys are all still humans, and other humans are not just above other humans. Like we're all literally here, we're born pooping ourselves and drooling all over ourselves and can't feed ourselves. Like to think as we get older that some lives are more important than others, like it's just shitty, you know what I mean? um and I think it's important for you to know that if there are people that, you know, have a higher status than you, and they do treat you like like they are more important than you and stuff like that, like that's not your vibe. That's not where you're headed. That's not the type of person you're meant to be. You're meant to be, like I said, like that emperor that came up in your blessings. You're meant to be like that person. There's a reason you look up to them. There's a reason you feel drawn to them. And the more that you put yourself out there and express yourself and, you know, be open to being rejected by these types of people, like the more you will find your tribe, the more you'll find your community that you were meant to be in, the community that you belong in. So strong message there with the Knight of Cups to really express yourself. Don't hold back. Don't limit yourself. And with this Queen of Swords, that's kind of tying in with that. The Queen of Swords is somebody who sees things as they are. I look at the Queen of Swords as like the ultimate bullshit detector. Like I think I usually compare her to what's her name? Judge Judy. Like, Judge Judy, you're not getting shit past Judge Judy. She's gonna see right through you. She's gonna call you on your bullshit. Like, that's the Queen of Swords to me. I don't know if you guys know who Judge Judy is. If not, fucking look her up on YouTube or whatever. Like, she's the best. And that's the energy that you need for yourself, because I think that's something that a lot of us do. Again, when we have anxiety, when we have low self-esteem, when our confidence is not in the best place, when we're comparing ourselves to other in a way that puts us down, we're bullshitting ourselves. Like I said, it's bullshit to think that some people are above other people. If some people think that and they think they're above other people and they're better than other people, they're bullshitting themselves too, and they're going to have a harsh reality check one day about that. But there's also the other side of it where you start to think that too, and you accept that other people are above you and they're better than you because of whatever material, social status that they have. But again, that's all bullshit, and that's a challenge for you, is to kind of cut that out and see things for the way they truly are. See things the way your spirit team sees them. See things the way your higher self sees them, which is that we are all equals as human beings here on this earth, and nobody else is above anybody. And just you as an individual, you are here to do great things. You are here to change the world. You are here to add value to the people of this earth, many, many people of this earth. But you're not going to be able to do that if you believe that nobody wants to hear what you have to say, or that you don't have shit to offer anybody else, or that you're not interesting, or that you don't have so much value to add. Okay? So, boom. Challenges for you guys for May. Whew. I love you guys' energy. You guys are hella cool. I'm just going to say that. I feel a lot of power coming from you guys. So, inner child healing. What is the inner child healing that will be most beneficial for group 3 throughout this next month? What do they need to heal with their inner child? Okay. We got 7. That's a dope name. 7. Wish my name was 7. Not really. I love Michael. It's a great name. But yes, 7 reminds me of 11 from Stranger Things. I don't know if you guys were a fan, but anyways, enough about how cool I think that name is. My name is 7, and I am a conduit for chaos. People might look at me and think I'm a mess, but I am in complete control. I can make anything out of anything. I can transform even the ugliest of forms into a masterpiece with the snap of my fingers. You can't always judge a book by its cover. When 7 appears, it's time to give your inner child a little credit. Have you been feeling like a hot mess lately? Take a deep breath, unclench your jaw, and remember who the F you are. Success, having it together, being on track, don't have to look the way the world tells you. Tune in. Does life feel messy according to your set of standards or someone else's? It's important to remember that each and every person gets to set their own standards in life, and that with authentic expression, possibilities are endless. 7 has that energy that reminds us that we can create from anything, and that anything we create can be perfect because we and not anyone else gets to decide what perfect is. All right. And the mantra for 7 is, I am perfect in all my mess and all my glory. And then we have some remedies. I guess there's no journaling questions for 7, but here's some remedies for healing this inner child. All right. Sorry, I just sniffled right in the microphone there. I hope that wasn't too off-putting. So yeah, I am perfect in all my mess and all my glory. I love this. It was definitely a big energy coming out before of setting your own standards, living your own life, not needing your life to look the way it does for others, and really getting in tune with your own definition of success and your own definition of perfect, So yeah, big message there to not worry about what everybody else thinks about how you're doing things, and to really stand strong in your own power and being grounded in your own definition of what your life is supposed to look like. And then the other thing that was cool was that what did it say? It reminded me of one of these cards. Sorry, give me a second. It says when 7 appears, it's time to give your inner child a little credit. That came out with the strong one card. It said, look back. Here, I'm gonna read it because it's right here. The situation at hand may be difficult, but it's nothing you haven't done before. Be strong, keep powering through, and you'll make it once again. So yeah, it's like, give yourself some credit for how much of a badass you are and how much you've accomplished already and how many people that you've affected in such a positive way already. And yeah, just really step into your own power. This is a really nice reading. Like, it's all very much about, like I said, just realizing how awesome you guys are. With the first 2 readings, there was a lot of stuff about, changes that they need to make. They were very heavy readings. But with this one, it's a lot of like a big hype session with a focus on, hey, group 3, you guys are fucking sick as fuck. You guys are amazing. Please see that. Hey, this is your spirit team. We love you. Please listen to us. We tell you this all the time. Everybody, we send people your way to keep telling you how awesome you are. Can you please just believe it? Because you're kind of holding yourself back every time that you don't accept how much of a beautiful, badass mofo you are, okay? Yeah, so strong message there for you guys. Love your spirit team. A little bit of sassiness from them. I don't know why I'm opening the book when I haven't pulled a card yet. Yeah, you guys are silly. I like your energy. That's why this fairy card came out. You guys are fucking fun and silly. Please let out that side of yourself more. We love to see it. That's part of your power here on this earth. It makes people happy, makes people smile, makes people fall in love with you. I love it. Okay. Group 3's higher self. What advice do we have for group 3? Nope. Group 3's higher self. What advice do we have? Okay. Haha, I love this one. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. I think because it's one that I need to hear very often. Bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. It's honestly probably because I love cursing too, and like it says bitch in the card. Bitch fire. I just like that idea too. Like, light your fucking bitch fire. Be a bitch. Like I just personally need that message a lot because I'm like a very nice, friendly person, but sometimes you gotta light that bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. All right. So there's no better way to say it. Someone in your life is trying to burn you at the stake. Maybe you didn't give them something they wanted, or you didn't let them get away with their bad behavior. Either way, they're trying to ruin your reputation. Rest assured your reputation will stay intact. Silence can be effective, but this is not that kind of situation. Get loud and let them have a taste of your bitch fire. Okay? I don't want this to like stress anybody out, to be like, oh my god, who the fuck's trying to come at me? Who's sending bad vibes my way? That's Your spirit team is not here to make you worry, okay? Least of all, your higher self. This is not to make you worry, first of all. So please take a deep breath, accept that everything's fine. The main energy from this card is stand up for yourself. Doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's coming at you, somebody's trying to destroy your life. The main energy is if something is bothering you, speak up about it. If somebody's not treating you right, stand up for yourself. And this can come with a lot of energy I was getting about how you guys are talking to yourselves. This might be a message between you and you. Maybe there's a part of you that you need to light the bitch fire on and say, hey, yeah, because that's a message that I've been getting lately, is that the voice in your head is not even you. It's these other thoughts from these other people that have been programmed into your brain, that are trying to make you feel less than, that are trying to hold you back. So tell those shitty thoughts like, hey, fuck y'all, like, get the fuck out of my head. You don't belong here. This is my head. Only good vibes only up in my up in my dome, all right? So yeah, bitch fire, stand up for yourself. Advice here from your spirit team is, same thing that came up with that Knight of Cups in reverse. Like, express yourself truly. You are such a beautiful person, and there's no need for you to hold back in any way. Like, the raw, real version of you is fucking sick. And, like, right now, the world can't see it. But once they can, everybody's going to gravitate towards you. And, like I said, you're just going to be this big shining light for the world. So don't accept anything less than what you feel you deserve. And your spirit team is telling me to say that sometimes you don't even think that you deserve what you deserve. So accept what your spirit team thinks you deserve, which is the best of everything, because you guys are amazing. So that's all I have for you guys, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your wonderful energy with me. I really loved it. I don't even want to stop this reading. I just want to keep chilling with you guys because your energy is so amazing. But alas, c'est la vie. I must go. And so must you. So if you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. Thank you again, Group 3. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Sending you peace, love, healing energy. And until next time, later.